playing defense, held 5 separate teams this year to their season low scoring. And 9 different teams within 2 possessions of their 3 points, of their season low. That team is built to play defense. You mentioned Desiree Whitwin, who absolutely marches all about guard play. She is that guard to upshow the top player to strike him.
Well, if it's 5 o'clock somewhere,
it must be ScoBuff Sports Live.
I'm Lila Nuttall.
And I'm Lincoln Rock. We began last Friday where the women's basketball team's Big 12 tournament run ended shortly after our last show. Our ScoBuffs crew out in Kansas City has the recap on the Buffs' loss to future conference champion West Virginia.
Colorado drops a heartbreaker in the Big 12 tournament semifinals against West Virginia. 48-47 was the final score. Colorado had a chance to win it late. They had a set play to Jade Masagallo, but Jordan Harrison, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, came up with a steal in the perfect moment and the perfect time for the Mountaineers. They booked their ticket to the Big 12 championship tomorrow. Desiree Whitwin finished with 14, Zion Walker with 16 for the Buffaloes, and Harrison with 15 for the Mountaineers. It was a kind of slugfest through a majority of the game between the two teams. The lowest scoring first half in Big 12 semifinals history, but Colorado got out to a big run to start the fourth quarter and through the late stages of the third quarter to kind of crawl back when West Virginia went on a run of their own. Got down late, but again, the Buffaloes just couldn't quite pull out the run, just inches away from making the Big 12 tournament championship. From the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, Missouri, this has been coverage for ScoBuff Sports. I'm Jake Chow.
Thanks, Jake. Postseason now awaits Buffaloes, who are eagerly waiting for Selection Sunday. Currently, JR's squad is in the last 4 byes category of ESPN's bracketology and should make the NCAA tournament. They locked in their March Madness chances during the quarterfinals upset over the Baylor Bears and are now looking to avoid the first 4 play-in. Currently, the Buffaloes are on 46th in net rankings. Let's go to Jake and Nick with more on Selection Sunday.
I'm Liam Howard with ScoBuff Sports alongside Matt Spivak, and we are here at the T-Mobile Center where the Colorado Buffaloes just lost their first round matchup to the Oklahoma State Cowboys in the Big 12 tournament. And man, it was just a disappointing night from the Buffs, a long night from the Buffs after they led by as much as 9 in the first half, and ultimately a lackluster end of the first half and then a lackluster entirety of the second half. And the Buffaloes are going home in the first round for the first time in Tad Boyle's tenure with the Buffaloes. So, Matt, I'll just start with this. What are your initial reactions to this game?
Yeah, in the first half, it kind of looked like it was a back-and-forth game. You know, CU had an early, I think it was an 11-0 run to go up 9 points. They were looking pretty strong at that point. We're shooting the 3-ball well, started 5 for 10 from deep in the game. But then, as you mentioned, not a great end to that first half. And then the start to the second half seemed really lethargic by the Buffs. Oklahoma State was able to get out and jump to a pretty big run. I think it was somewhere between like a 16-4 run, something like that, to start the second half, and they kind of just cruised on from there.
Yeah, I got to be honest. My initial reaction to this one is just disappointing. I think that, especially when you look at how the field was laid out for the Buffaloes, they are playing a Oklahoma State team in the first round that is a team that they've beaten already. Then they would go on to play a TCU team that they already beat as well. And then after that, they'd be facing Kansas, which is a team that they took down to the wire, and Kansas just narrowly escaped them and arguably shouldn't have with some of the calls that were made in that game. So it was a really winnable path there for the Buffaloes. There was a lot of pieces that seemed to be lining up, and then this game just completely fell apart, and all those hopes are kind of shattered at this point. So lots to be disappointed about, unfortunately, for the Buffaloes. But if there's one thing you could focus in on specifically, what was the most disappointing part of this game to you?
Yeah, I think it was definitely the defense. In that first matchup against Oklahoma State, the Buffaloes were able to hold guard Anthony Roy to just 6 points and 0 for 7 from 3. And tonight that was not the case. Although Roy did start a little slow, only scored 7 points in that first half, he really picked it up, ended the game with 24 points, 2 of 5 from three-point range, and was really the key factor in this one, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Their defensive Anthony Roy was lackluster to say the least, and the Buffaloes threw a lot of different guys at him. They threw Barrington Hargreaves, Jalen Holland. They even brought in Felix Casares at one point to try and defend him. But the issue was they couldn't guard without fouling. He got to the free throw line a lot, made 10 free throws out of his 11, and the only free throw that he didn't make was the technical free throw that actually started the game before the opening tip-off. Still not clear what the reasoning was that there was a technical free throw before the game even started, but that will likely come out in the future. But yeah, ultimately just not able to guard him without fouling. He got to the free throw line a lot. And while he wasn't all that much better shooting the three ball, he did still make two three-pointers in this game and ultimately just salted away the Buffs as time went along. So overall with this game and with Anthony Roy, what were you seeing with the defenses that the Buffaloes were throwing at him that was coming up short? And which guy were you the most disappointed in that matched up with him?
I would say I wasn't too disappointed at anybody specifically. I would kind of blame the whole team in general. I don't want to put that on one guy, but just the inability to get him off the line and force him into tough shots. He had a couple wide open 3-pointers. He give him some credit. He finished some tough layups that were contested, but for the majority, the Buffs weren't making it tough enough on him.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And it really was just nothing they threw at him worked, and it was ultimately to his credit what he put together tonight. One guy that did have a good performance for the Buffaloes was Bengot Dak. He had 22 points in the game. He had 8 rebounds. He had 3 blocks, I believe,
3 blocks
and then 2
steals.
steals. He had an incredible stat line for the Buffaloes tonight, and there was a lot of disappointment in his voice in the press conference post-game. He put up a great performance, but his team was not able to get the job done. But still, something that he can hang his hat on, and that his future is one of the ones that is up in the air a little bit with the Buffaloes, but if he does stick around, that's something that he could potentially build on going into next season that the Buffaloes could look forward to. But I know you want to talk about a guy who did not perform tonight.
Yeah, on the opposite side of that, someone who the Buffaloes kind of have been leaning on all season and definitely expected to show up tonight is freshman Isaiah Johnson. Obviously in the pregame stand-up, we talked about him becoming Colorado's leading freshman scorer of all time. That was not showcased tonight, at least not to the best of his abilities. He was quite inefficient. Let me get the stats right. He was 5 from 15 from the field, and a couple of those shots did come in garbage time. He really struggled from the 3-point line. I think he was 1 of 8, maybe 2 of 8, something like that. So Johnson just did not have the best performance tonight, but luckily he is a freshman. He does have, plenty of time to improve, and for the Buffalo's sake, hopefully, he stays in that black and gold.
Yeah, absolutely. Isaiah is a guy who Tad said in the post-game press conference, the sky is the limit for him, and the Buffaloes are really going to be focusing heavily on retaining him. Athletic Director Fernando Lovo was in attendance tonight, and he was in the press conference when Tad was talking about the future of this team and keeping them together. That is something that you saw what he put together at New Mexico in his time there with that basketball team and how that program was built up during his time. So it'll certainly be interesting to see what approach he takes towards this basketball team as well. But the Buffaloes' run is over in the first round, and now it is just the rest of the Big 12 tournament. It'll be interesting to see how Oklahoma State fares against TCU and down the rest of this tournament, but ultimately a stinker for the Buffaloes here in Kansas City. But I am Liam Howard of ScoBuff Sports, and for Matt, you heard it here first.
Welcome into Buff Banner. I'm Jake Chow here with Nick Rauscher. Today we're going to be discussing the women's basketball March Madness outlook. I know, Nick, the Buffs have kind of had an up and down season a little bit. What'd you see from the Buffs? What's your outlook?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. The Big 12 tournament was a real help to them. That Kansas win, they needed that. That was a must win. The Baylor win really, I think, solidified it. You look at their record, 22-11. Last year, they were not a 20-win team before. That's probably what kept them out. This year, they're 2 wins above 20 wins. I think that's got to get them in, especially in a power conference. They have 4 ranked wins. All of them were in the top 20. I just don't see how you could leave a team out who does that. The only thing that would really concern me is their quad 1 record. Whenever the Buffs seem to beat a ranked opponent, that team seems to drop out of the quadrant 1 section. So they're 2-5 in quadrant 1, but I've got to imagine just based on the wins that they've had, right? Like the TCU win, they made the championship game. That was a huge win. They were favorites against West Virginia. They obviously didn't win that, but I digress. Still a really big win. Texas Tech was a huge win. Baylor was a really big win on a neutral court, kind of proving that the Buffs can contend with ranked teams on a neutral court. So I think they should be good. It'll be interesting to see where they land on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the ranked wins, but also the losses that the Buffs have had this year. I mean, all of their quad one losses, as you said, and against ranked opponents have come within 2 possessions. So Colorado is right there with the best of the best, and they can compete, and they've shown all season that they can compete with every team on any given night. I mean, even look at that West Virginia loss that we talked about, you just mentioned. Yeah. 1 point.
1 point.
And they ended up winning the Big 12.
Right,
Colorado
exactly.
could absolutely be in that position and being cutting nets last week. So I feel good about Colorado's outlook. I absolutely think that with the right matchups, they're looking at about a 10 or 11 seed. I think if they're in that a 10 seed line, their matchup gets a little more tricky. But I digress. I do believe that depending on their matchups, they could absolutely make the Sweet 16.
Yeah, the ESPN right now has them as a 10 seed facing Washington, who is a 7 seed. I think the Buffs could win that. I think, the slump hurt losing the Utah and BYU, but they've shown that they can really contend with the best in the Big 12, and in turn, I think that means they could contend with the best in the nation. So I don't think Washington I'd be too concerned about. Now, the next game would be LSU and Baton Rouge. The Buffs have a history with LSU. 2 years ago, they beat number 1 LSU, ranked 20th in the country to open the year. This team has awesome offense, as we've seen. Wooten's amazing. Masagayo's amazing. It's going to be that defense. I think, honestly, defensively against West Virginia, they played really well. They're going to need to be able to do that plus a score against a team like LSU. Not impossible. I would definitely consider picking them as a team for the Sweet 16 for J.R. Payne's third Sweet 16 in the last 4 years. But it's not going to be like the last couple years when they were a 4 or 5 seed and we're playing 5 or 4 seeds.
Yeah, you mentioned JR. I mean, she is the epitome of experience when we talk about Colorado women's basketball. You mentioned 2 Sweet 16s in the last 3 years. She's looking to try to make it 4, make that second weekend. And I think that she can absolutely do it, and it's because of the way that she's built this squad. She mentions how much her team loves playing defense, held 5 separate teams this year to their season low scoring. And 9 different teams within 2 possessions of their 3 points, of their season low. That team is built to play defense. You mentioned Desiree Whitwin, who absolutely marches all about guard play. She is that guard to upshow the top of the top. She's there to strike them down because she can hit timely threes, as you mentioned, the timely shots. This team is built to play defense, and they have the level of talent that's necessary to power them to the second weekend.
Yeah, I mean, and it just comes down to in-the-game moments. I mean, the West Virginia game, for example, that was a 1-point game, and it was really the last play, how it was drawn up against the Defensive Player of the Year in West Virginia. Those are the moments that J.R. Payne is going to have that team ready for. They've got the talent, they've got the offense, they've got the defense. It just comes down to how are you going to react in a hostile environment against one of the top teams in the country.
Yep, and J.R. Payne has that experience. Her team's got to have it as well. For Nick Rauscher, Jake Chow, this has been Buff Banner this week. We'll send it to you guys back at the desk.
Thanks, Jake, Nick, Liam, and Matt. Colorado freshman guard Isaiah Johnson finished off an impressive first season in Boulder. Johnson was named Co-Big 12 Player of the Week and Co-Big 12 Newcomer of the Week after a big stretch against Utah and Arizona, where he averaged 25 points per game. In that game against the Wildcats, Johnson also made program history by breaking Alec Burke's Colorado freshman scoring record, which stood for over 15 years. The Los Angeles native finished with 540 points on the year, averaging 17 per game, and also earned honorable mention All Big 12 honors in his breakout season.
Now, it's time for this week's trivia question. With the Buffs falling 1 point shy of the Big 12 championship game against West Virginia, we're asking you, when was the last time Colorado played in a conference championship? And what was the result? We'll have that later for you in the show. on.
The number 14 lacrosse team suffered their second loss of the young season on Sunday, dropping a game to the number 8 Michigan Wolverines 7-8 in Ann Arbor. The Buffs had a 7-5 lead at one point in the game, but gave up 3 unanswered goals in the final quarter. The defense was a bright spot in the loss, with the Buffs setting season highs on almost every defensive stat, including forcing 23 turnovers. This is expected to be Colorado's final ranked matchup in non-conference play, having played top schools Stony Brook and Army West Point, along with the Wolverines.
To wrap up lacrosse conference play, the Buffs have a 2-game home series. First up, on Sunday, Colorado hosts Stetson University at noon. This will be only the 3rd meeting between the schools, and fun fact, John B. Stetson, the university's namesake, invented the cowboy hat. The game will be streamed live on the ESPN+.
The second game of the home series will be against the Yukon Huskies, a team you probably don't want to play in any sport in March. Thankfully for these Buffs, they won't be playing Sarah Strong or AZ Fudd. The Husky lacrosse team is unranked, and CU should have no problems as they finish up non-conference games over the break. If you're on vacation this week, you can catch the game on ESPN+.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love wood when it comes to basketball courts. The Big 12 this year tried something else, and, it kind of failed in their face. Jake and Lila have the story.
We're here at the CU Rec Center. While there are no glass courts nearby, if you watch the Big 12 tournament, you might have noticed a bunch of players slipping.
It's very different. Personally, I don't like it. It was really slippery. But other than that, it's really cool.
I mean, it was cool. I think it's a cool idea. I will say it was a little slip in some areas, but I mean, you kind of got used to it.
At seemingly every break and play, there were several people out there mopping up the court for every slip and fall, more so than on an average hardwood game.
To end the half, Jane Wooten slips. That was a momentum play that could have gone our way that did not. It went the opposite way. Just those little things that take some time to adjust to.
I was sliding a little bit. It's really cool. It's really cool looking, but it definitely is a little bit of a different feel you kind of have to get used to. But I feel like second half kind of got more used to it. So
even across 2 days in the men's tournament, the players have noted the surface change.
It's slippery. It's the lights and stuff cause Kamari to get a migraine, and yeah, it's a bad floor. They shouldn't bring it back, if you want my honest opinion.
Still, the ASB glass floor has received praise from players and coaches alike. And it marks a historic moment, as it's the first time the court has been utilized for official competition in the United States.
In pre-game introductions, the whole court being lit up in cool. BYU blue and their names being the whole court, I thought that was as cool as a thing I've seen as far as pre-game introductions.
It was just amazing to be a part of. Not everybody gets to play on glass courts, and just to be a part of that was an amazing experience.
While some players and coaches note the environment and the inviting graphics when players make threes, there is a noticeable difference in the surfaces.
I'm here on this concrete hard floor, and I feel a lot more grounded than I did in Kansas City. I feel a lot more firm and sure about my step as I make my moves with this mini little basketball. And I'm sure for the players, that kind of got into their head as they thought about the immersive experience that the Big 12 offered this year.
It is different. I mean, it's cool that it's historic and we're the first to play on it. I think it made us a bit timid just being the first time, and it's a different feeling, and then we all have previous injuries that we're still working with, so it's kind of like you're in your head mentally about it because it's not the same as a regular court, but at the end of the day, we're just trying to compete out there.
Whether it's glass, hardwood, or concrete, the Big 12 has invested in this court as they pivot to the future.
The Big 12 is playing great basketball, right? But also it's added a lot more eyes.
Shortstop, number 15, Finn Simones.
Jackson. What was that? A strike?
No, it isn't the two.
It's a ball?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I got it right. I mean, they missed one matter. I can't talk.
Not till you get here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm ready.
Ready.
We welcome you to game
Catcher,
2
number 2, Charlie
at
Lesh.
Scott Carpenter Park. Sorry for the delay, but the Buffaloes in action early. Got runners on first and second here in this game 2 of this Sunday doubleheader. Gorgeous day in Boulder. As we get situated and bring you all of the action of this game 2. A really fun one. Earlier today, in game 1, some couple pretty close calls on both sides. Metro rallied there late in it. Made a couple interesting innings there at the end of it. So, Colby, what do the Buffs have to do today to move to 2-0 and try to continue to sweep this series on Monday?
Well, they have to do both what they did last time around. Wow. That was a really interesting play.
Wow, very interesting play.
That ball looked like it was going to bounce foul, but instead, third baseman jumped really high in the air, caught it to keep it fair, and then he tagged the runner going to third out.
Some confusion here on the field.
And in the booth here. I don't know what's...
Just got on. Metro threw the ball over to first. Everybody sort of walking around. So what happened? There's runners on first and second. Lesh hit a ball to third, which the third baseman grabbed it in fair territory, and then he kind of jumped before touching foul territory to reach the ball in foul territory to get the runner going to third. So he was out, but that was Hoffman still standing on first. So runner at first is called out. And arguing.
Fans are joining in.
Argue. Charlie Lesh speaking his mind. Could see something going on here. The Metro dugout is letting Lesh hear it at first.
So, my expert opinion.
Please.
Here's what happened.
Enlighten me.
So, Metro hitter. He hit a chopper that would have bounced foul. But while...
up to the plate.
Off to a bad start. Anyways, Colorado hitter. Hit a chopper that would have bounced foul, but when it was still in the air over third base, the Metro third baseman jumped up and grabbed it. Since he jumped up and grabbed it, he made it a fair ball in play. He didn't jump back down. He landed, got the runner going to third out, and then threw it to first base for the out. But because there was some confusion before he threw it to first base, the runner for Colorado, he thought maybe it was going to be a foul ball, so he started walking back to the batter's box. And so now they're talking about whether or not that should count as an out. They're talking about whether, if he should be out or not because he gave himself up by going back home.
Mhm.
If, because of the confusion, he's safe at first. If he actually made it there in time, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the correct calling is, despite my perfect breakdown of the situation.
Sure. I mean, we saw it in game 1 a couple times.
We're about to get it here. After they inform, kind of interesting. The Metro coach was not in on that conversation.
He was very active in the conversations last game. That's kind of the point where I was going. Is that there were a couple of these moments in game 1 where both managers got upset. They kind of had an animated conversation with the umpire, and here we are, 3 batters into game 2, and we have to stop because of a debacle really on the field here as the pitcher will continue warming up.
Yeah, the pitcher, by the way, the fans are getting a little animated here. I think at least 2 of them.
Exactly 2 fans. I think we're all trying to figure it out here. Lesh remaining on first. Buff standing.
And actually, I was going to say, every single Buffs runner is still standing on the base while we await the verdict. Now, I do have to wonder. I don't know if he could have jumped up and grabbed that ball to make it fair because it looked like it might have already been over the foul line.
Yeah,
so
and
that also could be part of the conversation. They might just call it
playoff.
foul the whole time through. And pitcher, by the way, is actually Kieran Harding.
Had some at-bats in game 1.
He did, yeah. So nice to see a guy go from batter to pitcher here.
Actually, a lot of recognizable names just now in different positions. We now have Manuel Nunez playing third base.
Oh, wait.
Diaz at DH.
One out. Okay, so they're saying the third baseman's out. So it was a fair ball, but despite what happened, whatever happens, the runner on first who hit the ball is safe.
Let's play ball, shall we?
Let's get back to it. None of this weird stuff anymore.
All right, 1 down. Runners on first and second
Right
for the
fielder,
Buffaloes.
number 12, Caden Meyer.
Caden Meyer had the big home run late in game 1, which put the Buffaloes up 6-1. They're going to eventually win that game.
We need what's his name, Gene, the guy who's like the Steratore.
Yeah, Gene Steratore. What do you see?
He would have done almost as good of a job as me.
We got to send it upstairs to New York.
Yeah,
to get a full breakdown of that one. But
also, why does he do because he does football and he's been doing March Madness. It's interesting.
Yeah,
how somebody
don't
goes
put him in a
to
box.
Both sports. You're right. That's on me. I was putting him in a box.
Yeah, he can do what he wants.
You're right.
Meyer starting in right field here in game 2. Big, nice pitch there from Harding. Just dropped that off speed right into that high end part of the zone for a strike.
Well, that little break in action has not affected Harding at all. Those were 2 good pitches we've seen.
2 strikes on Meyer. Lesh dances over at first, swung on, fouled. Actually still in play. First baseman tracking it will go out.
Top of the dugout and into the street.
In the half inning, we will get a little bit more situated.
Mm-hmm.
Came in. This game started a little early.
Yeah.
And we were anticipating, but 1 out here on the inning. I think it's almost the exact same batting lineup from game 1, if not just a couple people out of order. But we have Chase Ambule. He gets the start in left field. He's batting 8th. But it's still a lot of the names that started in game 1, just kind of in a different order. Hoffman still leadoff. He had a walk. He just retired at third base. Finson Moans had a base hit, first one of the game. He's now at second. And then Lesh with that fielder's choice, standing at first. Unique start here to game 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Harding. The pitch. Downstairs. New umpire in the game as well. Or at least same umpiring crew, but I believe a new umpire behind home plate.
Oh, okay.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Goes over to second, little rainbow over there. No threat over to Simone's.
How do you think height plays into being an umpire? Like,
I bet it plays a big part, actually.
because you got to be able to see over the catcher, of course. But
yeah, that'd be – you can't have any 3-3 umpires.
Probably don't want to, like, be too tall, though, because then you're –
double steal in action, and both will be successful. With 2 strikes, Simone's and Lesh run, and that will now put runners in at second and third, 2 in scoring position.
And that's a different catcher for Metro today, or this game, Cesar Garcia. And that one, he just wasn't able to grab in order to make the throw. It would have been hard to make that throw anyways.
Swung on, fouled. Yeah, tough play when you kind of have so much motion going on in front of your, in front of your eyes. You see 2 runners going. Which one should I make? Just a lot of decisions. Make it once, and you can kind of rush that throw. But a full count here from Harding to Meyer. Gorgeous Boulder night here. Set up for this doubleheader finale. Meyer will watch ball 4.
Yeah, that one was left just a little high. That's going to be a good pitch if he can locate it. The movement on that, it's going to work, but can't leave it up there.
That will load up the bases for the returning designated hitter, number 22, Elon Schwartz.
We saw Schwartz, making a lot of contact earlier today. Just needs to make that contact, transition it into some, nice base hits.
Yeah,
find the outfield.
Was hitting the ball very, very hard.
Designated hitter, number 22, Elon Schwartz.
Harding with bases loaded. A tough position here, but with 1 out, just looking for that ground ball to try and turn 2.
I'm seeing the wheels turning in Harding's head right now. Like, I know what he's trying to do right here, and if he can execute it, it's going to work. These sequences are good. They just...
Swung on, Sky to center field. Under it, it's very short, makes the play. Simone's will tag. The throw home, not in time, gets past the catcher, but the pitcher is right there to chase it. Sacrifice fly for Elon Schwartz. Buffaloes get on the board in the first. It's 1-0.
And so that's how you take advantage of bases loaded, even if, the inning ends right here.
Number 3,
getting 1 run in the first inning, that's a job well done. Even if you strand 2 guys here, you walk away relatively happy with
Setting the tone, that's for sure.
Exactly.
So the 6th batter of this first inning will come up for the boys in gray. There's Richie Biberosh back in the starting lineup and back at third base. Didn't get a ton of action at third in game 1. See if that changes here.
See, that's an inning inside.
2 outs. Harding trying to end the threat. It will not. Ball will get by the catcher. Lesh will take second. Caden Meyer will take first now. 2 in scoring position. Most looking for some more.
That right there, he's going to hear about that play. The catcher, Garcia, he's going to hear about that from his coach, because what he didn't do is what every catcher is supposed to do. It's like one of the first things you learn. If a ball's in the dirt, you drop down to your knees. He did not drop down to his knees, and guess where the ball went? Between his legs. That's what happened. So
we'll see if Biberosh will make him pay. The pitch was kind of dropped into the zone there. Looked good from up here. Be good for a strike. Leave a 3-1 count. Big spot here. The 3-1. Swing over to foul territory. We'll load it up. Load up the count. Yeah, Stafford returning to second base. Biberosh to third. Simone's back at shortstop. Zebrak back at first. So similar positions. Biberosh taps this one over to shortstop. He can't glove it cleanly, and a run will come. We talked about the errors. The throw home is safe. We talked about how that ball getting through the catcher's legs would affect it within the blink of an eye. The Buffs up a trio. It's 3-0 here in the first.
That should have been an easy play for the shortstop. So what happened? Well, the ball just bounced higher than he thought it would. So it bounced off his glove instead of going into the glove. I mean, that happens sometimes. That's definitely an error on him, though, and that brings in 2 runs. Important to note, though, that those are not earned runs for the pitcher Harding, because both of them were the result of an error. So his ERA is still decent.
They even got those bases often. Well, I don't know if that would technically be considered an error from the catcher, and that when they double stole over to second and third off the passed ball. But I'll bring up Judd Stafford. Just mentioned returning to second base, has 1 runner to play with.
That was maybe the slowest pickoff attempt I've ever seen in my life.
Same thing happened to second base earlier this inning. I think he's just kind of checking him to check him, not necessarily making an actual throw to the runner. As Stafford flies this one into left center. Center fielder's under it for the final 3rd out of the inning. A nightmare start for Metro State.
You heard it here.
Got to get back in their groove. We go to the bottom of the 1st here. They trail by 3.
Well, if it's 5 o'clock somewhere,
it must be ScoBuff Sports Live.
I'm Lila Nuttall.
And I'm Lincoln Rock. We began last Friday where the women's basketball team's Big 12 tournament run ended shortly after our last show. Our ScoBuffs crew out in Kansas City has the recap on the Buffs' loss to future conference champion West Virginia.
Colorado drops a heartbreaker in the Big 12 tournament semifinals against West Virginia. 48-47 was the final score. Colorado had a chance to win it late. They had a set play to Jade Masagallo, but Jordan Harrison, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, came up with a steal in the perfect moment, in the perfect time for the Mountaineers. They booked their ticket to the Big 12 championship tomorrow. Desiree Ruin finished with 14, Zion Walker with 16 for the Buffaloes, and Harrison with 15 for the Mountaineers. It was a kind of slugfest through a majority of the game between the 2 teams, the lowest scoring first half in Big 12 semifinals history. But Colorado got out to a big run to start the 4th quarter and through the late stages of the 3rd quarter to kind of crawl back when West Virginia went on a run of their own. Got down late, but again, the Buffaloes just couldn't quite pull out the run, just inches away from making the Big 12 tournament championship. From the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City.
Manuel Nunez.
Welcome back to Scott Carpenter Park. It is game 2 of a doubleheader. Beautiful Sunday for a doubleheader, if I may say so myself. And we are in the bottom of the 1st. In the top of the 1st, we saw some errors, some confusion, all around, mostly for Metro. That resulted in Colorado scoring 3 runs. And now here, that is first pitch swinging over the head of the second baseman, Simones, and into the right field grass. And just like that, didn't even have time to get through the inning intro. And Metro already has
designated
Emmanuel
hitter number 5,
Nunez,
Elias Gonzalez,
on base.
Yeah, Nunez back in the leadoff position. Did a good job in game 1 getting Metro State started when he led off innings. And right there, you could just hear that it came off the sweet spot of the bat there. So
yeah, it was a nice little hit.
Yeah, for the Roadrunners.
Now it's going to be Elias Gonzalez. He's playing shortstop for this game. And he gets to bat with a teammate on first. Ooh, and he was able to dodge that one as that one was high and in.
A lot of returning names for Metro, just in new spots around the field.
Different positions, which is interesting. But first, let's talk about Peter Nickerson, who is the new pitcher. New for this game, for Colorado.
Yeah, Nickerson has had a pretty strong season so far. He is a senior pitcher that was kind of before the season started, wanted to become one of their really game 1 guys. So he's done a really good job limiting hitters, getting out of innings quick. The strikeout pitch for him is his most effective tool. That if he goes 5 innings, it's almost certain you'll see 7 to 8.
If I'm Nickerson, I'm probably going right back to that same spot. That one was called a strike, and so now it's a 3-1 count. Oh, and that was a swinging strike to make things full. I hope the batter is a little unhappy about the call before, saying it was close to him. I might agree, but that's not my job, so I won't.
Yeah, Nickerson, 2 starts this year, has gone 7 innings combined, under 3 ERA at a 2.57. So doing a really good job of staying competitive throughout his entire time on the mound.
I thought that one bounced off the umpire's mask, but he's unfazed. So either he ate that or it was actually the catcher's mask. Anyways, here is the 3-2 count. We're doing it again. The pitch. And that is low. He has walked a batter. Now there are runners on first and second with 0 outs. Now he has some trouble to work through.
Yeah, we kind of saw that happen in game 1. Kind of really on both sides there for a while in those middle innings. There'd be a lot of motion on the base paths with players and teams getting their guys on the bases. But then the defensive pitching would do a good job of locking it down. We saw that happen in the 6th inning when Metro was really threatening late. Bases loaded, had with 1 out, and Colorado got out of the jam with help from the freshman Tyler Gray. So not worried necessarily if you're Colorado at all, because you have a lot of faith in Nickerson as well to get out of these jams when he gets in them.
Yeah, and he was able to get a strike right there, as that one is then in the dirt. So the count's even at 1-1. Both pitches so far have been low. So he'll step back onto the rubber, ready to throw this 1-1 pitch. And that is low to make it 2-1. He's going to have to make these pitches competitive. He can't really risk walking another guy to load the bases with 0 outs. That would be, the beginnings of a disaster for Colorado. Steps off, throws back to second, but the runner got back in plenty of time, really before he even threw the ball. So no competition there.
Yeah, this is Chris Weens up to the plate, but Gonzalez, who was up last time, really wearing a jack of all trades today as a pitcher.
Oh, as that is swung on and sent into left field, that gets down and the runner stops at third, so that will just do nothing but load the bases.
Yeah, I was just talking really quick, finishing that thought up about Elias Gonzalez. He's going to start at DH today, so he was a pitcher, hitter, and then also DH today, so wearing hats of all trades. But Weens are a pretty good base hit. Emmanuel Nunez, who's at third base, kind of continues to be that. It's not unconfidence the word, but he's kind of jumpy. He doesn't commit really when he's coming home. Just kind of really jumping around the base path. Somebody to keep an eye on over there at third base.
It's a good call there, as now it is J.C. Rodriguez up to the plate. As that is swung on, sent to under the third baseman, got right past him into left field grass. The left fielder is down. It literally just fell. And all he can do is sadly dribble the ball back into the infield. Whew, what a sad sight for Colorado fans. That was rough, as that was an error from the third baseman. As the ball literally,
fielder, number 13,
Balin, you ever seen the movie Major League?
I have seen the movie Major League.
You remember the scene where he's like, I don't want to see any of that Olay stuff.
Yeah.
That was an Olay play right there.
Bill Buckner
gotta get front of the ball.
Yeah. Tough spot there. Is that only 1 run? Is that only 1 run? Is it run from third? Yeah. 2 runs come across there. Yeah, Bibarash. Ball just went through the wickets there. Glove didn't quite stay on the dirt. So now Metro gets 2 back quick.
Oh, that was a loud pop from that metal bat there. Made, really solid contact considering it just went foul. But, man, exciting inning so far. A lot has happened.
Yeah.
A lot of errors.
Very unique inning. Yeah, a lot of unearned runs here.
But either way, Nickerson will have to keep his composure and deliver this 0-1 pitch.
Yeah, Henry didn't have a crazy successful game earlier today. See if he can get back in his groove.
The pitch, he goes down low to make contact with that one, but just sends it back into the netting.
That was a really good 2-strike swing.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a different call with 1 strike. That was just a kind of protection, rescue, throw the bat at the ball to make contact and keep yourself in the at-bat. So really no chance that ball could have been put into play. So that now puts Henry in a 2-strike position here with nobody out.
Well, with the chance for a strikeout, here's the pitch. And that was a beautiful pitch that started at the batter, moved into the zone for a strikeout. I mean, even Henry himself was confused. He backed up to avoid getting hit as that just dropped right in, and he could do nothing but watch in sorrow.
Yeah, one of the more eye-popping differences from Colorado pitchers to really a lot of opponents actually they played this year isn't necessarily the velocity, but it's the movement.
Yeah.
They have a lot more movement that can fool batters and keep them on their toes.
And now we have something fun here, something you don't see as often in club baseball. We have a left-handed batter, which, is fun because left-handed batters have the matchup advantage on righties. By the way, his name is Ezekiel Adler. As he watches that pitch go high, it's a 2-0 count.
Yeah, Buffs and Roadrunners having a pretty similar first. Colorado brought up 7 batters. This is the 6th, but still only 1 out from that strikeout on Henry.
Swings on that one, but misses the ball. 2-1 count.
Yeah, once Nickerson gets in a groove, these strikeouts just really start coming to him. See if he can get in that here in this first inning, but if not, it's something definitely to keep track of in the later innings to see how far he goes into this game.
Something was dropped, but it looks like it's all fine now. Oh, it's hanging out of his pocket. Is that a chain? I think he has a chain hanging out of his back pocket.
Normally you wear those around the neck.
Yeah. But what's most important, I suppose, is that he doesn't lose it. So
sure.
As that pitch is high and catcher will go out, take a moment.
I was just talking about the movement he has, but man, that fastball from Nickerson looks fast from up here.
It does.
He is really piping it in there.
As that is swung on and missed to make the count full. And it's good work from Nickerson here to make it a full count. Getting the strikeout here would be huge after 2 runs have already come in. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Great work there, getting 3 different swings and misses to get the 2nd out of the inning. And after retiring Adler, Cesar Garcia is now taking a moment to step into the plate.
Yeah, back-to-back punch-outs from Nickerson, definitely getting back in that driver's seat once he gets control. Very hard for hitters to make contact on him.
Speaking of which, there's another swing and a miss there, as that had some great movement. Garcia would have been right on the money if the ball didn't move, but fortunately for him, it did. Dropped right out from under him. He checks the runner a second, throws, and that is a nice strike right in about the heart of the zone.
Not sure what Garcia was looking for. It's kind of the pitch he wanted. That wasn't the fastest of his fastballs, but didn't move at all. Maybe kind of a changeup that fooled him, but really good pitch down the heart.
And here's another pitch. That one is just outside of the zone. So now Garcia will get to see 1 more.
There were a lot of complaints with the home plate umpire in Game 1. We'll see if this new umpire can keep things more in control.
Oh, and the pitch is in the dirt. That'll even things up at 2 apiece. And now Garcia, he's probably thinking he has a chance here in this at-bat.
Good job of fighting back, definitely. It's a good plate discipline of a batter. When those close calls, they can lay off and just naturally get back into at-bats.
Oh, Garcia calls time. He didn't like how much time Nickerson was getting to think this over. And now we're back into it.
Deuces on the board here.
The pitch. Oh, a self-defense swing there for the strikeout. And that was, all things considered, if we just look at those last 3 batters, that was a great inning from
At the end of the
Nickerson.
first inning,
Something
the
he'll be able
Buffaloes
to take
lead the Metro State
with him
Roadrunners by a
forward.
score of 3-2.
But now it is 3-2, Colorado in the lead. We'll see what they can do with their bats in the top of the second.
Per game, and also earned honorable mention All Big 12 honors in his breakout season.
Now, it's time for this week's trivia question. With the Buffs falling 1 point shy of the Big 12 championship game against West Virginia, we're asking you, when was the last time Colorado played in a conference championship? And what was the result? We'll have that later for you in the show.
The number 14 lacrosse team suffered their second loss of the young season on Sunday, dropping a game to the number 8 Michigan Wolverines 7-8 in Ann Arbor. The Buffs had a 7-5 lead at one point in the game, but gave up 3 unanswered goals in the final quarter. The defense was a bright spot in the loss, with the Buffs setting season highs in almost every defensive stat, including forcing 23 turnovers. This is expected to be Colorado's final ranked matchup in non-conference play, having played top schools Stony Brook and Army West Point, along with the Wolverines.
To wrap up lacrosse conference play, the Buffs have a 2-game home series. First up, on Sunday, Colorado hosts Stetson University at noon. This will be only the 3rd meeting between the schools, and fun fact, John B. Stetson, the university's namesake, invented the cowboy hat. The game will be streamed live on the ESPN+.
The second game of the home series will be against the Yukon Huskies, a team you probably don't want to play in any sport in March. Thankfully for these Buffs, they won't be playing Sarah Strong or AZ Fudd. The Husky lacrosse team is unranked, and CU should have no problems as they finish up non-conference games over the break. If you're on vacation this week, you can catch the game on ESPN+.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but
And welcome back to Scott Carpenter Park. My name is Colby Wyatt alongside Balin Weisup, and this is the top of the second of Game 2
number 6, Chase
of
Embuel.
the Colorado Metro doubleheader. So now up to bat. Well, first off, let's do a little recap. First inning saw a total of 5 runs. Every single
Couldn't
one
even
of them
recap it if I wanted to.
Yeah, they were all unearned runs, so fair amount of errors. But now that we're back up to speed, it is Nathan Hoffman at the top.
Embuel.
My apologies. It is Chase Embuel. I had the wrong player highlighted. Chase Embuel up to bat.
8-9-1 due up.
Yes.
So Hoffman will come up this inning.
Yeah. I just want to give you guys a little look ahead.
Just a little preview.
Yeah. But anyways, that pitch is. Whoa.
That was the greatest. That might be the greatest baseball play I've ever seen. That bounced so high. Oh my God.
So that pitch was thrown at Embuel's head. Instead of moving, he just kind of stood there, took it, bounced off his head over the netting, which the netting's pretty tall.
35 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Off his head.
And then it went over us, over here in the booth, which is a building, elevated. And
it hit the roof.
I didn't know a baseball could go that high off of a helmet.
So
that was
all right.
Anyways,
all good.
Embuel, taking one for the team and getting on base.
Really putting his head into the game there.
Yeah. But nonetheless, now the pitcher Harding has to worry about.
That's a balk. Is that not a balk?
Oh.
He
might not have been.
Should have been a balk from Harding. Didn't throw the ball. So, yeah. Embuel will take second.
Yeah, see, if you're going to engage with the catcher and batter, and then you're going to step off, you have to throw the ball. You can't just not.
Yep. Yeah. It's a balk.
Yeah, so now Ambuel is on second.
I feel like you'd see more balks in club baseball, but you really don't. It's the first one I can remember.
I think that's the
Couple
first
years
one
with
this
Scotty Carpenter.
season.
Yeah,
At least,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now there's a runner, the leadoff runner in scoring position with 0 outs, and the count is 1-1.
Yeah, Zebrak up to the plate. First baseman getting the second consecutive start. Kind of at the bottom of this batting lineup, but still a very valuable hitter. Played some very strong defense over at first. Saved a couple close plays there from errant throws.
Now we'll see if he can bring a runner home. So with the balk, runner goes, still in third, and the throw is in time.
I don't know about
Got
that.
the out.
I thought he dodged the tag. I thought he slid out of the
Yeah,
way.
I was a little hesitant on the call there because Ambuel did a little swim move that I thought might have gotten him the bag, but the umpire says it didn't. And to the catcher, Garcia's credit, that throw was in plenty of time. That was a good throw. That was a swing and a miss, though, from Zebrak. And now he is down 2-2? 2-2.
Yeah, how quickly, at-bat strategies can change, right? He had a runner on second at scoring position to think, my job is now to get him over to third no matter what. But now, chance to get a strikeout here and have 2 outs quickly on the inning with nobody out.
But instead he walks him. It was a 3-2 count. Sorry about saying 2-2. 3-2 count. And, well, there was a runner on first like 1 minute ago, and now there's a new runner on first.
17, Nathan
I keep thinking about the throw off the head.
The bounce off the helmet.
That was a good one.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of interesting stuff today.
Yeah, we have.
Just like I was talking about last game. I mean, every time you go to a baseball game, you see something new.
See something new.
I've certainly never seen a ball bounce that high off a helmet. And that one sent far. That might hit a house. Oh,
hit off the curb.
Wow, a tree just saved a couple of cars. Shout out to that tree.
Shout out trees in general. I feel like.
I'm a big tree fan.
We're just coming back from spring break at CU Boulder. We left, it was kind of cold, not a lot of leaves, and now on campus, it's, everything's really in full bloom of the spring here.
Harding almost had his best pitch yet as that started above Hoffman's head, and it was so close to moving into the zone. But it did not. It was a ball. It's a 1-1 count. As you were saying, the trees are already blooming. A little early than usual, but not surprising considering the warm winter. Yeah.
Hit like 85 degrees.
And Hoffman was able to call time before the pitch was thrown. Time was granted. So that pitch did not count.
Harding likes the rainbow toss. I'm seeing a lot of just kind of slow little high arcing rainbow throws from him. And a balk. Also has a balk.
Yeah. See, if he did a little rainbow throw there, it wouldn't have been a balk. But he didn't.
Yeah.
So, anyways, 1-1 pitch.
Ooh.
It's easy to say from up here, but I would have.
It is easy. It looked good from upstairs. Was off speed. Kind of just dropped right into the zone there. Knowing Hoffman too, definitely could have. If he gets a good piece, could have left the yard.
That one's down in the dirt though. The runner goes, and that throw is way off target. He's gonna go to third, and the throw. He's not even gonna be a throw. He is in third safely. Well, he just wanted to steal second, but thanks to an errant throw from Garcia, he was also able to take third. And so, again, that's another interesting thing already in the top of the second in this game. Is that the second runner we've seen on third this half inning? Because the he didn't make it to third. He didn't make it to third. Yeah. Almost the second runner we've seen at third this top inning. But now it's a 2-2 count. The pitch outside. That will make things full.
Just think if Ambuel hadn't been caught stealing there over at third, completely different view of the inning here for the Buffs. Definitely would have been threatened.
As that pitch contact is made right to the third baseman, he grabs it, throws it to first, and the pitch is past the first baseman. He rounds to second. A run comes home. He's rounding to third. And he will stop there. It took the first baseman a good second to go grab the ball. Wow. A pass ball.
Another unearned run.
Yeah.
That time, the error credited to the first baseman. A very aggressive play there from Nunez over at third base. Charged that ball really well. He kept Zebrak to halt over at third, and then took the play well, tossed it over to first, but first baseman. There are got past the first baseman. So another run comes across the board unearned.
First inning and a half.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That
pitch is at the letters, steamed high for ball one.
A little bit of technical difficulties going on right now. We will get you the screen quickly. We'll do our best to do some radio.
Yeah, fortunately, I'm great at this. So, as this next pitch is fouled.
About 60 feet to the right foul line.
60 feet?
Car territory. I don't know where the 60 feet came from. We're trying to... Okay, camera's back. They can see the ball now.
Anyways, that pitch is hit hard into left field. Oh, but the left fielder's able to make a nice little grab. Unfortunately for him, the runner was able to come home with plenty of time. And just like that, CU now has a 2 lead. Jalen, was that an earned or an unearned run?
That
I
wasn't
think it was still unearned.
Unearned because he
Catcher
got on the
number 2, Charlie Lesh.
So, I guess not as...
So we still have yet to see an earned run.
Sure, but still a sacrifice fly.
Yeah, it was still a sacrifice fly.
Simone's.
That doesn't change anything for him. Well, either way, Simone's did his job, and now up to bat, who just hit a ball deep into the outfield, but easy play for a sliding center fielder. That was Charlie Lesh, and the center fielder was Aiden Henry. Good play from him. Best defensive play we've seen from him out there in the outfield. And with that, that's the top of the second. We'll see what Metro can do in the bottom of the second.
And make a really good defense without fouling. That's going to be key for both of those teams. It's really going to come down to which team can do that better.
Douglas was able to do a little bit better than Badunga down the stretch. He was able to manage things along with Houston and not give BYU as many fouls in that second half, which is why the Houston Cougars were able to pull off that win and advance to the semifinals. But I think it is time for Emmanuel Sharp, who didn't have a good shooting game yesterday, and who hasn't really shot the ball too well, being under 40% from the field on the year, to finally have one of his best games outside. Because we've seen Kingston Flemings, we've seen Milos Uzan come up. I think that Emmanuel Sharp will be the guy to show up and potentially give Kansas a somewhat early exit after being here 2 days. They talked about wanting to play 3 games in 3 days yesterday, and with the hopes to do that. I think Emmanuel Sharp may come before we wrap up here on this third day.
Yeah, I suppose I should make an actual official pick for that last game. I think I'm going to send Houston to the next round. I think Houston is just the more complete team, top to bottom. That starting lineup may just be the best in the country, and I think that is going to push them to this next round, despite all the Kansas fans in attendance.
Yeah, well, I believe that is all. And it's not the third day, the fourth, excuse me. So, exciting one that is going to unfold for us. 2 great games lined up with Arizona versus Iowa State, and then Houston versus Kansas in the second matchup of the day. Me and Liam are both excited to see how those games unfold. And, of course, we'll be back tomorrow to be here for the championship and preview that one. But my name is Oliver Hayes alongside school bus Liam Howard. And as always,
thank you, Liam and Oliver. Looks like you're having a bright time over there. 12 skiers qualified for the NCAA National Championship for skiing, enough to field a full 12-person team with 4 conference MVPs. On Wednesday, the Buffs had a great showing for the giant slalom event, where Louison Acambre placed second for the women. Feb Alesina was the standout.
And we are back in the bottom of the second. Nicholas Armbrust.
First baseman, number 0, Nicholas Armbrust.
He checks in, ready to see some action here. He did not play earlier today in the first game of the doubleheader. That pitch is definitely outside.
Yeah, we saw Peter Nickerson, the starter on the mound for Colorado, really dial in that inning.
3 straight Ks to end the inning. Contact is made there, sent right to the first baseman. He's able to corral it, flips it to Nickerson for the out. Nice little play from Zebrak there to keep his cool and do exactly what he was supposed to. He didn't try to do too much.
That is
Second
now
baseman, number 3,
potentially
Wyatt
5 consecutive batters that Nickerson has sat down. Kind of what I touched on there in the first inning. When he gets in a groove, can really get in a groove. Now kind of facing this 9-hole hitter. Sure, his focus is on retiring this batter and then kind of flipping that lineup over to see if they made any adjustments.
Wyatt Huffman thought about swinging that one, but he didn't, and it was a strike anyways. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is almost the exact same spot, just a little lower.
Huffman, and second baseman from Lakewood, Colorado.
Is it a 2-0 count?
2-0
count. I thought those both were strikes. I was wrong. That one's a strike.
There's a strike.
Yeah. Umpire kind of tricked me a little bit with his motions.
This umpire is more
animated with the ball.
With his his calls.
That one unmistakably a ball, as it is now 3-1. And I have to say I am glad those first two were deemed balls because they were a little outside, I'd say.
Correct calls.
So yeah.
Umpire hasn't done anything to make a name for himself yet.
Oh, and that was like a self-defense swing. That would have almost hit him if he didn't swing. But instead he fouled it off.
Yeah, probably a couple inches right off the hands of the bat there. Yeah, it definitely came inside, but got a piece, able to stay alive.
3-2 count. Swung on and sent foul into the visiting bullpen. Pretty close.
Nickerson right now attacking him with speed. Huffman has yet to catch up to it. Pretty late on both of those, so we'll see if he just keeps attacking him with the heater. See if he can't catch up to it.
The pitch, and that should be ball 4. Yeah, yeah. That's ball 4. The umpire is a little confused. All right, there he goes. He finally grants the base.
Was a little confused.
I was wondering what was happening because I was pretty sure that was ball 4, but nobody moved, so I was like,
yeah. Nickerson did give him a fastball there. Yeah. Tried to get it in, just couldn't locate it correctly. So, runner on here for the top of the order.
The order has turned over. This is Emmanuel Nunez, the third baseman for the team. Oh, time is called. And they're going to talk it over a little bit with the pitcher Nickerson.
Not quite sure what
this conversation would be about.
Warrant this,
yeah.
But maybe something that has to do with the second time this order has came up to the plate. Maybe changing a little bit of their attack to these batters who the first 3 in this lineup he kind of struggled with. Gave up 2 hits and a walk. So maybe just kind of re-talking, getting, taking a deep breath, facing this top of the lineup, which kind of owned him the first time around.
Well, we'll see if that little conversation paid off for him as Nunez digs back into the box within 1-0 count.
Wow.
Wow, that was a nice pitch there. I mean, I didn't even say anything. I was just a little taking it back. That was his best pitch yet, I'd say.
Definitely.
It looked like it was probably about a slider, but it broke late.
Yeah, I think he really, Buff's pitcher, kind of really feels a lot more comfortable against those right-handers.
Yeah.
Because his kind of movement pitches can just float into that inside of the zone when the batter thinks that's coming in to hit them. So doing a good job keeping them on their toes.
Oof. Swing and a miss there. Evens up the count at 2 apiece.
Really filthy pitch there.
Yeah. Dropped right under him.
Looks like he has him guessing up there.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly where you want the hitter to be. It's just like noticeably guessing. Confused even. Now it feels like he could almost throw anything, I might say.
Maybe from the mound visit. You never know.
Yeah. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Another swing and a miss. He was not close to locating that one. Definitely his swing was way too high. So just like that, there's now 2 outs.
4th punch out in the last 6 batters.
Designated hitter number 5, Elias Gonzalez.
Already at 4 here in just a second inning of work. I mentioned earlier, definitely your strongest tool.
That's kind of fun. Every single out has come from a strikeout so far.
Well, it's true. Yeah,
oh, wait, except one.
Except for one.
Dang, I was almost right. As that is a swing and a miss. There's a lot of skaters at the skate park. For that pitch is low and away.
Night. What are they doing out there?
It's spring break.
For the
yeah.
Never mind.
So, they could be out there. I don't know if they have a curfew on spring break. That's not my
business. Don't know how their parents
how
they treat that situation.
Yeah. Nickerson checks back, but he is in time.
That had a shot, actually.
Really fancy looking tag from Zebrak, but I do think he got back in time.
Just kind of tapped him on the helmet. He jumped over him and tapped him on the helmet. I thought possibly the tag could have beat him there, but tough view from the umpire, only having two here. Obviously, they're doing the best with what they have. So maybe if somebody was closer, that call would have been different, but for now we continue.
And he tries again. That one was... Jeez. This is close. I think he got the arm in there, though. I do.
Close. Very, very close.
They are. Really good pickoff attempts.
Huffman is still keeping that lead. Jumps up ahead again.
And maybe, a third time in a row.
Oh, my God.
But I'm not going to lie to you. I think all these are safe.
Catcher Charlie Lesh even started walking over to the dugout. Let's do it a fourth time. Come on.
Surely he will. Oh, no. His lead's a lot shorter now. He is ready for the fourth attempt.
Is it 4 in a row?
Oh, and he just decides to plunk the batter. Had enough of these base runners.
That one hurts. I can feel that. That was very loud off the rib.
Right off the rib.
Shortstop.
That was off the hip. Yeah, that was
off the hip.
Top of the leg about.
General abdomen area.
That's not considered. Abdomen is above the waist.
Higher in the waistal area. Lower abdomen.
Anyways, for science lessons, you could tune into SBS on Wednesdays. That's not what we do here today. That is a strike. Nice little pitch there. He's been having a lot of success with that pitch. And so now there are 2 on, 2 outs, 0-1 count. The pitch, swing and a miss, but that bounces far away. Both runners will advance 90 feet. That had to have bounced off of Lesh's shoe or something because, that was far.
Still was a very solid pitch.
It was a good pitch, yeah.
Yeah, fooled the hitter. So, guess with 2 outs, that's okay to kind of move the hitters ahead or the runners ahead because you're just focused on that.
2 outs, 0-2 count, that's fine, assuming he can get the out here.
We know he is capable, but Wine is 1 for 1. The single off him last inning.
0-2 pitch. Low. Nickerson wanted it, stepped off the mound, but he did not get it. He will have to try again in this 1-2 count. Moment being taken here. And here's the pitch. Makes contact, sent it right back at us. Thank God for netting.
Camera would have been taken out.
Yep. Maybe even a laptop.
Never know. Yeah, it's a good protection swing there from the shortstop. Staying in it. This is a tough pitcher to face, so the more pitches you can see, the higher chance you have to get a hit.
Here's that pitch. Stayed alive on that one, too. Barely made contact, sent it down into the dirt. And wow, I mean, he's staying alive. He is fighting here.
Yeah, has a couple balls to take. Only a 1-2 count, so
did
we ever starts to lay off here later in this at bat?
I don't know if we ever even introduced him. This is Chris Weens, by the way.
Weens.
He's the one who's putting together this nice at bat. As he lays off that one, and it is away for a strike. I mean, a ball. Oh my God, it's away for a ball. It's a 2-2 count,
and it falls in there for a ball. 2s across the board.
The pitch. Ooh, check swing for a ball. That's a 3-2 count.
Wow. Jeez.
Again, Nickerson wanted that one, but
That
again, he did
looks
not get it.
Perfect from up here. I even rung him up myself. Really, I kind of made the motion. But see if it affects it. If he leaves him here.
Well, I mean, 3-2 count.
Consequences. Oh, wow.
And that is by far low and away. Bat flip there for the walk.
All right. We know we kind of touched on in game one. There was a little bit of higher emotion.
JC Rodriguez.
That could be an inciting incident.
Yeah.
Big bat flip after the walk.
Yeah.
Which should have been a strike 3 call. So.
And if there's anyone who has the power to send one out of the park right now, it's JC Rodriguez, who doesn't have a hit, but I mean, he could do it. Anyways, he took that one for a strike. Bases are loaded. Still 2 outs, though.
Reach on an error is last time up.
Mm-hmm.
If that happened again this time, you'd see possibly 1 or 2 runs on the board.
Swings on that one, sends it back into the netting. That is an 0-2 count.
Yeah, Nickerson doing a good job of putting him in at-bats to win then. Gets a lot of strikes early. He attacks early and gets the hitter uncomfortable.
And here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's away. Gets away from the catcher. We have a runner who thought about going home. But there's some miscommunication. There's a runner running back to second. The throw. Great throw. It was in time, but it wasn't corralled. So everybody is safe.
It's a tremendous effort, though, from Lesh behind the plate. Had kind of trouble tracking that ball. It sort of danced upon the net here on our right side. Third base runner decided to stay on third, which put the base runner on second. In a strange spot.
Wyatt Huffman, the third base runner, he needs to be more heads up because if he took off right away when he should have, it would have been a run for Metro.
Yeah, but Lesh put a really good throw there to try and get that runner at second.
He did. Oh, hey, and that one's back. Another opportunity. And this time he was ready for it. And now a second run is going to come back home. And would you look at that? A pass ball, wild pitch, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter because it ended up bringing not 1, but 2 runs in off of that one mistake. Well, technically 2 mistakes, but that hurts for the Buffaloes here.
Yeah.
It brings the score to 5-4, Metro only down 1, and JC Rodriguez has been up to bat for a long time.
Has a lot happened to his at bat, but yeah, that ball kind of stayed straight right behind him, right on this pole behind home plate. And Lesh didn't really rush it,
but there it is. The 2-2 pitch ended in a strikeout.
Yeah.
That is Nickerson's 5th strikeout of the day, and that ends the second inning.
I don't mean to bring up umpire errors, but if that were a strike 3 call when it should have, would have ended the inning effectively. But we had a game on our hands. Very unique first 2 innings. Should be a fun one for the rest of it.
We'll see what happens in the top of the third.
The Buffaloes threw a lot of different guys at him. They threw Barrington Hardress, Jalen and Felix Casares at one point to try and defend him. But the issue was they couldn't guard without fouling. He got to the free throw line a lot, made 10 free throws out of his 11, and the only free throw that he didn't make was the technical free throw that actually started the game before the opening tip-off. Still not clear what the reasoning was that there was a technical free throw before the game even started, but that will likely come out in the future. But yeah, ultimately just not able to guard him without fouling. He got to the free throw line a lot, and while he wasn't all that much better shooting the 3 ball, he did still make 2 3-pointers in this game, and ultimately just salted away the Buffs as time went along. So overall, with this game and with Anthony Roy, what were you seeing with the defenses that the Buffaloes were throwing at him that was coming up short? And which guy were you the most disappointed in that matched up with him?
I would say I wasn't, too disappointed at anybody specifically. I would kind of blame the whole team in general. I don't, want to put that on one guy, but just the inability to, get him off the line and force him into tough shots. He had a couple wide open 3-pointers. He give him some credit. He finished some tough layups that were contested, but for the majority, the Buffs weren't making it tough enough on him.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And it really was just nothing they threw at him worked, and it was ultimately to his credit what he put together tonight. One guy that did have a good performance for the Buffaloes was Bengot Dak. He had 22 points.
Welcome back. It was, well, I mean, it's just really been an interesting game. A lot of random stuff has happened so far through the first 2 innings, but we are back in the top of the third. And we'll see what more this game has in store for us.
Yeah, 9 runs on the board here. I'll have to go back and look at it, but there's a good chance all 9.
I'm pretty sure.
Just off kind of team mistakes that just happen on the field. So
fairly confident all 9 are unearned. Also important to note that we are not the official scorekeepers.
Yeah, just trying our best, really, here, to be honest.
Our decisions of what's an error and what's not are not the official decisions.
Not at all.
However, according to Bailey and I, which pretty good opinions, if I may say so.
Yeah.
9 unearned runs. And anyways, that is sent high into left field. Left fielder's giving chase. He's going back, settles at the warning track, and is able to make the catch. A lot of power put under that one, but all for naught, as that is the first out of the inning.
Yeah, off the bat, that looked like that was going 450 feet to left. But
Caden Meyer, by the way.
Yeah, that was Meyer. Just kind of carried that one too high, put a little bit too much under it. Close to getting his second home run of the day, though.
Elon Schwartz now batting. That ball is high. It was at his head. Last time up, he had a sac fly. We'll see if this time he can get on base for himself. First pitch was taken for a ball, so here is the 1-0 pitch. And that one, also a ball. That had some movement to it, but not enough.
Yeah, Harding the pitcher on the mound here has given up 1 hit all game.
Wow.
And the Buffs have 5 runs on the board, so it just kind of tells you the craziness and unpredictability of the game we're watching here.
Ooh, and that one drops in for a strike. Caught the corner. So now it's a 2-1 count. Batter conversing with the umpire a little bit.
Respectful.
Sure. Yeah, it was respectful. I like that. Yeah, that was truly a conversation. Wanted to know where the pitch hit. But that is sent
right behind us,
above our heads. Definitely a foul ball. Into, I believe there's some grass behind us. So, found the grass behind us.
Yeah, Schwartz returns at DH. Had a really hot start. Really getting a lot of base hits early on. Had a couple.
That 2-2 pitch is fought off, sent foul. I don't even know where it went. That was sent a ways.
Yeah, I believe 1 or 2 hits. I can't remember exactly what Schwartz did in game 1, but he was effective in that 6-3 win.
2-2 pitch. Watches that one. Deemed low. That will make the count full. 3-2. A ball walks him. A strike retires him. Let's see what Harding has in his pocket. Nice. And he hits him.
Feels like the Buffs are doing a good job of working counts and kind of extending them.
Yeah,
they just saw a pitcher in game 1 go the entire 7 innings, which ultimately went okay because Colorado came around and scored 6 runs off it. But it's better to work counts early and try and chase the starting pitcher as quickly as you can.
I think we've already seen more hit batters this game than in all of the first game.
That's a good chance. Seen a couple here just in the top of the third.
Anyways, here's that pitch. That was a strike. So anyways, Richie Biberosh took a strike.
Biberosh, normally a pretty sound defensive player over there at third base. Saw that ball go underneath his glove earlier.
Ooh, and he swings through that one for strike 2. Well, we'll see if he can fight back here. Of course, obvious statement here, but you never want to go down 0-2.
very content lead by Schwartz.
And the pitch, ooh, that is a strikeout for Harding. And his first strikeout of the game, actually. That's interesting.
Second baseman.
And he has a chance to actually have a efficient inning.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, in the first inning, Buffs brought up 7. In the second, they brought up 5. So definitely making him work for his outs. But this time, a chance to get it done in 4.
Judd Stafford is now the batter. He watched that pitch go in the dirt. It's a 1-0 count. And he's going to take a moment to...
I wonder if this is a favorite part of the umpire's job.
Dusting off the home plate?
Feels pretty special. I've always wanted to do it.
I wonder if he ever, like how picky this umpire is about.
You think some
dust,
allow more dirt, some allow, very little.
Exactly. Swings through that one. It evens the count 1-1.
It'd be really funny to have an umpire with crazy OCD and like a spec gets on there every pitch. They're out there to brush it off.
Be interesting. Might make for a long game.
Yeah, I would.
And here's the 1-1 pitch. That one is a ball. These Colorado batters this game, I wonder if the coaches talked to them about this. They're not really trying too hard to get out of the way.
No, they're not.
There was a lot more, I feel like there was a lot more dodging last
That's definitely a strategy. I mean, when they're not hitting the zone, take your base when you can.
Oh, a check swing there, but he did not go around, so... Oh, they're talking about it. Okay, yeah, I didn't think he went around, and the umpires agreed, though. I don't think Metro did, but that's to be expected of the opposing team.
I'm sure, when a coach says, if a ball is coming in there, just lean into it. It's much easier said than done, though, when you're in the batter's box and you see this ball flying at your head.
And he is granted a base. Harding has walked a batter.
Big, healthy bat swing there from Stafford after the walk. Second kind of one we've seen where they get a base on balls and fling their bat towards the dugout. But I mean, celebrate when you do something correct. So that'll put runners on first and second here with 2 outs. See if Ambuel, the newcomer this year, can try and hit some guys home.
He swings through that one. It's an 0-1 count.
Ambuel in left field, one of the players that head coach Colin Reynolds was the most excited about that was not on the team last year. Transfer student.
Oh, and he's down 0-2 early. 2 swings, 2 misses. And he has a runner in scoring position, so he's probably feeling the pressure here a little bit. See if he changes his approach as Harding checks the runner a second, but now throws the pitch. It's inside.
Yeah, that one nearly nicked him on the shoulder. Would have been the 3rd Buff hit by a pitch in this game by Harding.
Time is called. I don't know why. I don't think anybody called for time. But, umpires, they have the power to just call time whenever they want.
Whenever they want.
I'd probably abuse that power.
Yeah.
Anyways, 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that ends the top of the 3rd for the Buffs. 2 are left stranded. For the first time this game, we saw a half inning with no runs brought home. We'll see if that trend continues in the bottom of the 3rd.
The number 14 lacrosse team suffered their 2nd loss of the young season on Sunday, dropping a game to the number 8 Michigan Wolverines 7-8 in Ann Arbor. The Buffs had a 7-5 lead at one point in the game, but gave up 3 unanswered goals in the final quarter. The defense was a bright spot in the loss, with the Buffs setting season highs on almost every defensive stat, including forcing 23 turnovers. This is expected to be Colorado's final ranked matchup in non-conference play, having played top schools Stony Brook and Army West Point, along with the Wolverines.
To wrap up lacrosse conference play, the Buffs have a 2-game home series. First up, on Sunday, Colorado hosts Stetson University at noon. This will be only the 3rd meeting between the schools, and fun fact, John B. Stetson, the university's namesake, invented the cowboy hat. The game will be streamed live on the ESPN+.
The second game of the home series will be against the Yukon Huskies, a team you probably don't want to play in any sport in March. Thankfully for these Buffs, they won't be playing Sarah Strong or AZ Fudd. The Husky lacrosse team is unranked, and CU should have no problems as they finish up non-conference games over the break. If you're on vacation this week, you can catch the game on ESPN+.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love wood when it comes to basketball courts. The Big 12 this year.
Welcome back to the bottom of the third. Metro is now up to bat with Aiden Henry watching that pitch for a ball.
Center fielder, number 13, Aiden Henry.
Peter Nickerson is back on the mound for the Buffs. He's had some trouble, but, he's also struck out 5 people.
Really looking for that. Just get back on track. 3 up, 3 down inning for him.
Mm-hmm. That would be a huge, really momentum boost for all the Buffs here.
Played 2.5 full innings here in over an hour, about hour 15. But thankfully only a 7-inning game here, kind of creeping up on the halfway point of this one.
Yeah, for sure. As is quickly, though, a 3-0 count. We'll see if Nickerson can fight his way back. And he cannot. The umpire or the catcher's upset. So is Nickerson, the pitcher. So the umpire deemed that one outside.
Left fielder, number 2.
Nobody for Colorado thinks that ball is outside. And
wow, here we go again.
And the coach is also going to talk to him because between me and you, I don't think that was outside.
Okay. Hey, I mean, we're unbiased commentators, so that's.
I have to agree with Colorado on this one.
It's kind of exciting because you don't see this a lot in club baseball, but it's really every 20, 25 minutes, there's something that makes somebody upset on the field, no matter what, kind of both sides.
Also, can we just appreciate for a minute that, maybe not a minute, that's a little long, but for a moment, that it's still light outside and it's 7:02 p.m.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's time for summer. It's a very exciting time for baseball.
Yeah.
World Baseball Classic just wrapped up. Congratulations.
Opening day is on Thursday?
Opening day is coming up.
Well, there's one game. Oh, that pitch is fouled back into netting. There's one game Wednesday night.
There's a singular pitch on Wednesday.
There's one game Wednesday night, but the official opening day, I believe, is still that Thursday.
Thursday
every team plays.
Day. Yeah. Oh, there wasn't a Soul Series this year.
No, there was not.
World Baseball.
For the past couple of years, there's been an international series in the MLB. That happens 1 or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think that's why maybe they're doing the one game a day early this year instead, since there's no international series happening a week early. While we were talking about the MLB, what we've missed is 2 consecutive pickoff attempts.
Can't wait to watch Aaron Judge go against Logan Webb.
That'll be fun. Teammates a week ago.
Wednesday night. Should be a fun one.
That one's a strike.
A little generous there.
Yeah, but
I'm going to start a fight with the umpire now. I'm going to start chirping.
If you hear yelling, it's because we are yelling at the umpire.
Yeah.
Anyways, 0-2 count. Runner on first. 0 outs. Here's the pitch. That one is a ball. So now it's 1-2. Looks like it's getting a little colder. Nickerson looks like he's blowing into his hand, keeping it warm. So he throws out one. That's a nice pitch for a swing and a miss to get the first out.
Yeah, it's really this kind of part of the lineup that Nickerson has done a really good job. A lot of strikeouts on the 4, 5, and 6. The 6, 7, and 8 part of the lineup, which we have right now, is now the 8-hole batter. No, sorry. Once again, 5, 6, 7 is where he's been really good, and now this is 7th batter.
And there's a little bit of a pickle going on. And the first baseman now has it. That's an out. He just kind of gave up there, but not much he could have done. So what happened there is Nickerson wanted to pick him off, but instead the base runner just took off, resulting in a pickle.
Not great fundamentals there when you're going for a pickoff, because it felt like the runner there was very anticipating a throw in. He's more focused on if the throw is going in than if he could have made it to second base.
Yeah.
I thought he had kind of a fair chance of just, if you were to stick in it, kind of put his head down and dive into secondary.
Ooh, that's the
Maybe
money
getting it
pitch
in,
for Nickerson, as that's called for a strike. When he has that pitch, he has, all he needs.
Mm-hmm.
Swung on and missed. 0-2 count, and because of that little, let's call it a scramble that just happened, there's 2 outs now, so a strikeout here would end the inning.
Looking for that efficient inning. Could it be here?
And it is. Wow, that was a beautiful 3-pitch sequence to get the strikeout, and that is the quickest inning we've had yet.
At the end of the third
Ooh,
inning,
and we will see it. Colorado
Roadrunners
carries
by a
on the
score of 5-4.
momentum in the top of the 4th when we come back.
Had a fantastic tournament before getting eliminated by Houston, who we'll see later on today. But one of the big things mentioning Texas Tech was Christian Anderson. He got hurt on the LED glass floor. Brett Yormark and the Big 12 decided to go to the wood floor that we're standing on now. What comments do you have to make? Whether observations, standing on the wood floors versus the LED floor? What do you think about the decision to switch?
Well, I mean, we've only been on it for a few moments here, and the grip is certainly it's much improved on this floor, I have to say. But it was just a very interesting way that all the events transpired yesterday. It begun with the Big 12 and Brett Yormark really reinforcing their idea of backing this LED floor and making sure that people were behind it. They're using player quotes and posting them on social media, trying to really beef up the emphasis on that they were planning on moving forward with the court and that the court didn't have problems. But then ultimately, a few hours later, they made the switch back to this floor, and it ultimately seemed like a supported decision by the players and media and coaches alike. And so now with this back in, I think it's going to be it's just going to be nice for players, especially to not have to worry, especially in the backcourts, about where they're going to plant their feet and potentially sliding out and causing turnovers, and especially in the worst case, causing injuries like what we saw to Christian Anderson.
Yeah, ultimately, I think it's the right decision. You really just got to wonder about what had to happen before they finally pulled the trigger. Did it take certain players saying something? Because it wasn't like the women's players didn't have their comments after playing a whole tournament on it. And then seeing 12 full games of Big 12 men's basketball on the court as well. Then finally making the decision after Chris Anderson gets hurt. You have to wonder about what went into the decision fully to go from the new floor that had the innovation to the old school, I guess, at this point. But now looking forward to our games, giving some predictions. We saw Iowa State come out with a blowout yesterday. Arizona, maybe not as
Your horses.
Welcome back to Scott Carpenter Park. My name is Cole
First baseman
alongside
number
Bailey
18,
Weishaupt,
Gabe
and
Zebra.
it is the top of the 4th in what has been an eventful, a unique club baseball game.
Definitely.
And now it is Gabe Zebrak stepping up to the plate.
You can kind of hear the little extracurriculars going on between these two teams when, innings in, there's a little bit more chirping, there's a little bit more talking between both sides, and fans. It's really kind of getting into this kind of little rivalry game.
Interesting decision just now, as it looked like Zebrak wanted to bunt, but he pulled his bat away. Strike anyways, though. It's an 0-1 count. That one, though, is a ball. That was deemed inside, even things up at 1-1. So, we'll see. The Buffaloes have done a good job today in both Game 1 and today of getting the leadoff runner on, as he makes contact with that one but sends it far foul. And so that will put him behind 1-2 in the count.
Yeah, Zebrak, not very sufficient on the base hit so far, but he gets on base when he has to. Kind of not a bad player to have on leadoff at all.
Watches that one go by. That's a ball. Even things up, 2-2. And so now a lot of thought being put into this pitch. But here it is. That is below the zone. That doesn't even things up. That makes it 3-2.
Kind of the same idea we talked about with Nickerson last inning. Both pitchers are kind of looking for that first frame to just have an efficient one. Get him 3 batters and have 3 outs to it. So we'll see if Herring can do that.
That pitch makes contact right to the first baseman. Doesn't even need to throw to the pitcher. He just takes it himself for the first out of the inning. He extended the at-bat. He
really, I guess.
Center fielder, number 17, Nathan
Did
Hoffman.
his job, every part of it except for getting on base, I suppose.
That's all right. We talked about how the third time around is when the most adjustments be made and when the batters really start to win at-bats against these starting pitchers their third time around. And this is where it starts here with Nathan Hoffman.
Yeah, but Hoffman watches that one for a called strike. So we'll see. He's been watching a lot at the plate today. He watches that one for a ball. 1-1. Balin is starting to, not even starting, I'd say it's noticeably dark now at the ballpark. How does that play into this all? Does it with the lights?
Not exactly. I think it's probably just the temperature that makes a little more of a difference with the sun fully going down. It just cold weather really makes everything harder when it comes to baseball. It kind of jams your hand more. The baseball starts to feel like a cold rock. So it's been a gorgeous day in Boulder, so there won't be too much of that, but it's something to keep in mind.
That pitch, 2 high pitches in a row. That makes it a 3-1 count. Speaking of the temperature, it is 59 degrees currently in Boulder. Today we saw a high of 65. That was real nice, but that was hours ago. And here's the 3-1 pitch. The pitcher Harding is at risk of walking him, but that sneaks into the zone. Looks like it was just barely clipped the top of the zone there. I would maybe throw it right back there if you can with this full count pitch. But that one is inside, so Hoffman gets a base, and CU gets a base runner. Now up to bat is Finn Simones, who
Shortstop
he's been
number
successful
15,
this
Finn
game.
Simones.
He has a single and he has a sacked fly. So, I mean, not much more you could ask of him.
Yeah.
But yet they will.
Simone's kind of the day in, day out shortstop for Colorado, and he's been having a really, really strong spring. OPS in the 900s. He's just producing at the plate, and he's getting put high in these lineups, and he's coming through when he needs to.
We have seen a lot of pickoff attempts in this game. We just saw 2 back-to-back.
I won't even specify that pickoff attempt.
Yeah, it's more just checking the runner and avoiding a balk.
I'm not trying to get you out. Just get back.
That was a check swing, but it was called strike anyways. 0-2.
Yeah, Simone's good day so far. 1 for 1 with an RBI.
0-1, my apologies.
See what it can do with this runner on.
Hoffman at first doesn't look like he's going to try anything. At least not there. 1-1 pitch, though. We'll see if maybe a couple more pitches changes his stance, literally and figuratively. But here's the 1-1 pitch, low in the dirt. Garcia was able to corral it, keep it in front of him. I've used that word a lot today, corral. I gotta find something new. Let's look up synonyms.
I'm kind of thinking about it here with just how this game is played. It's really being played between the pitcher, catcher, and batter. There's not a lot of balls that are hit into the outfield. Haven't been a lot of ground balls either. A lot of it's a wild pitch that there's a runner coming home and somebody has to get there.
Simones was able to make contact with that one, and we're seeing a little bit of friendly fun
There's
here.
a rivalry.
Yeah. As somebody from each dugout raced to see who could get to that ball first. But now it's a 2-2 count. Simones sees this pitch. Oh, Hoffman takes off. The throw to second base is not in time. It was a decent throw, just on the wrong side of second base. He wasn't able to move his glove in time to tag Hoffman. So now there's a runner in scoring position, and it's a full count. Do you think I could start using the word enclose? The Garcia encloses that. I don't like it.
Not great.
I'll keep working. Ooh, sends that one.
Very attractive pitch to hit there. Just missed it.
Yeah.
Well, Simones, if he were to tee that one up, could have gone a long ways.
if that ball dropped a little bit more, he was ready for it.
Yeah,
it was still left a little high.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so we will do the full count again. Taking a lot of time on this pitch, though. But here it is. And Simone's is granted a walk. That pitch was outside. And so now Harding has walked 2 batters. And there's a runner on first and second, and the manager. And you know it's the manager because he has the bright red helmet on.
And not in uniform, probably, would be my
Doesn't look like it's a
biggest
uniform.
tell, but it looks like the Buffs are going to kind of take this game slow here. Up 1, obviously, so anybody's game, but if they're not throwing you strikes, take the base on balls because, this team's really dangerous when they have runners on the base path. They're very fast. They exploit mistakes. And, Metro's they play, when the ball gets in play to the infield, they're pretty sound about it. We have seen some mistakes there with the catcher, some mistakes with the center fielder, so both kind of taking it slow. We'll see
Catcher
what
number 2, Charlie Lesh.
For Charlie Lesh, with now runners on first and second. Only 1 out. I mean, if he's not throwing strikes, probably saying not to swing and try to bring up the cleanup hitter, Caden Meyer, with the bases loaded.
We could see the first earned run of the game.
Good.
Lesh up to bat with a runner in scoring position over on second. I would love to see that. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, these are really the 2 guys you want up, Lesh and Meyer. Been slugging at the plate here. Just put runners on base for them. They can make it happen.
Yeah, Lesh, the catcher. I feel like being a catcher kind of helps you batting too. You kind of know what the pitcher's mind. Oh, that pitch was thrown behind him, and now there's kind of a runner caught in no man's land. That's Hoffman, but he was able to just scoop back onto second. No trouble, no instant.
Garcia really saved a base there for sure.
Yeah.
Reached out that long wingspan to go and get that ball that was well behind Lesh at the plate, but good job keeping Hoffman at second.
And time is called. It's going to give Lesh, the catcher, the pitcher, the base runners, everybody really some time to think this over. Oh, and some news. The bullpen for Metro is active. Have somebody warming up. But that pitch is high.
Yeah, we saw a pretty interesting pitching strategy from the Roadrunners in Game 1, having their starter just go all 7, although he did an overall successful job for, 7 innings, only allowing 6 runs. But
and Harding is already at 64 pitches.
Oh, yeah, that could definitely be it. But, I mean, I'm sure the starter in Game 1 went probably 80s into 90s for sure, if not more than that. So we'll see how it goes. Unpredictable managing style, but kind of in a good way.
Yeah,
fun, kind of keeping your cards close in this conference game. It just means more.
Well, it's a 3-1 pitch that is hit to the second baseman, but he fumbles it and was able to just barely regain control and tag second base to get 1 out. It's a little chaotic there as it was hit to him. He had to really reach out for it. Then he had it, dropped it, got it again, tagged second.
Right fielder number 12, Caden Meyer.
And so now there are 2 outs, runners on the corners, and it is Caden Meyer, the right fielder, up to bat. Earlier in this game, he worked a walk, and then he flied out to left field.
But a really good swing on that one.
Oh, and that one is hit high to center field. Center fielder gives chase. He's under it, and that's a catch. Nothing hard for him. Aiden Henry made the catch. And that is the end of the top of the 4th for Colorado. We'll see if Metro can get some action of their own going in the bottom of the inning.
And will honor mental health awareness. This game will also start at noon and can be streamed on ESPN+. Thank you guys for tuning in to Rapid Fire. I'm Kayla Muma and Sco Buffs.
Thank you, Kayla. It's now time for the answer to today's trivia question. If you're a big dum-dum and don't remember, we asked when was the last time Colorado women's basketball played in a conference championship game? And what was the result? Drum roll, please. 1997 and a Colorado win. Led by legendary coach Seal Berry, the Buffs took down Kansas for their first ever Big 12 title. CU never got past the semifinals in the Pac-12, and until last Saturday, hadn't played in the Big 12 semis since 2003.
Our tweet of the week comes from former CU receiver Will Shepard, who caught one of the most random strays you'll ever see. After Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo made NBA history scoring 83 points, @LogicalFan24 had the illogical take that it made him think about how Shepard was a, quote, fraud. Shepard, now on the Green Bay Packers, quoted it with a viral 50-cent gif that we can't say live, but to paraphrase, what did he say F me for?
Now before we go, we'd like to shout out one of ScoBuff Sports' biggest fans, Sandy Simeon.
For all of us here at SBS, Sandy, we love you.
And Harrison, don't forget to do your chores this week.
You heard it here first.
Well, if it's 5 o'clock somewhere,
it must be ScoBuff Sports Live.
I'm Lila Nuttall.
And I'm Lincoln Rock. We began last Friday where the women...
Welcome back to Scott Carpenter Park for the bottom of the fourth. First baseman of Metro, Nicholas Armbrust, is up to bat, and he sends that one foul.
It's about 6 feet from hitting a person walking by.
It's actually pretty close. Oh, that person has a dog too. That could have been sad.
That could have been devastating, actually.
Person gets hit, that's usually fine.
Yeah, they'll shake it off. That dog could not take that hit.
No, it's a small dog.
That would have been that would have made it bad. That would have put a damper on the rest of the game.
It would have. It really would have. Anyways, that pitch is definitely inside. While we were talking about the dog, pitch was thrown before, and so now the count is 1-2.
It kind of feels like Nickerson is sort of his own worst enemy because when he's on, he's untouchable.
I mean,
like his pitches are very hard to hit. It's just when he can't control them are the biggest things. When he has control, it's untouchable and he can throw 7 shutout innings without a doubt. But when he has those kind of walks sprinkled in, he has 3 walks and a hit by pitch.
Yeah.
You know.
So say he's given a base to 4 people, but then he's also striked out 7.
Exactly.
We'll see what he can do as he's at 59 pitches on the day.
Had a good last inning as well.
He did. Efficient.
2
His most
strikeouts,
efficient.
caught somebody stealing, so got done with the inning in 3 batters.
Ooh, and that is a nice strikeout there. Retire Armbrust for the first out of the inning.
I believe that is punch out number 8 through 4 innings.
Yeah. And
second baseman number 3, Wyatt Huffman.
3 batters in a row. He's retired. We'll see if
via strikeout.
Yeah, via strikeout. Thank you. Oh, that's a turkey. That's
a
turkey of strikeouts.
There's our term again.
Yes.
Turkey of strikeouts.
I don't umpire called time. But a lot of hand motions and talking. He's telling the batter that he can't do something. Don't know what it is.
Breaking the rules.
Wyatt Huffman's the batter, by the way. He's probably as confused as we are. Especially after seeing that pitch. That was nasty. And also called for a strike. So, 0-1. 0-2 make it. That pitch was down, hit the bottom of the zone.
That was one of the faster pitches I've seen all day from him.
That was speedy.
Really got it in there.
See if he does it again. Oh, and that was top of the zone, hit into the right field grass. Lesh was able to grab it, but not in time as Huffman sits at first base.
That is actually
third baseman number 12, Manuel Nunez.
Tremendous piece of hitting from Huffman there.
Yeah.
Nickerson was starting to get comfortable He was piping it in there, getting just a lot of velocity. And Hoffman knew the fastball was coming, and he anticipated it and put a really good swing there into right center field. Right center field to try and get a rally going here for Metro.
And that one, Emmanuel Nunez, the third baseman, watches the first pitch for a ball. He has the pleasure of batting with a runner on first, which makes the pitcher a little more on edge. And so far that statement's true, as that is another ball. He looked frustrated with that one, but he will have to, keep his composure. You can't really let that frustration bubble.
Nunez 1 for 2 on the day. Single and then followed up with a strikeout in the first and second innings. Now he's back up here in the fourth.
Pickoff attempt, but it is late. The runner is safe. Plenty of time. Fair amount of time at least.
Yeah, he does a good job of making those competitive though.
He does.
Batter's always diving back, so you can obviously, with that velocity that comes with the pitches, they're coming fast into first base.
Held on to that one for too long, as that is taken for a ball. That is a 3-0 count. He's at risk of walking this batter here, putting a runner in scoring position. The pitch, and that is low. Nunez, he wasn't in a stance to even swing at all. He wasn't going to swing, even if that was right down the middle. And now we have a coach going to the mound. This might be it for him.
Yeah,
this looks like it's it.
Yeah, he will end his day for his 5th walk. So obviously had the tremendous strikeouts, punched out 8 of them. Kind of that other side of the sword. Also had a couple control issues, but at the end of the day, Nickerson leaves the game with his team having the lead. So, and he really did his job. Obviously, he'll have 2 that are counted to his name, but Colorado's had a good bullpen so far. Tyler Gray obviously had a good showing earlier in Game 1.
Your attention, please.
We'll see if Colorado can handle
for the
it,
Colorado
but
Buffaloes,
the way their
number
bullpen's
23,
been,
Wesley Freed.
Yeah. Balin, while this pitcher warms up, what do you know about the idea of preferred or desired pass?
I can't say I know a lot about a desired path, although I would assume it has nothing to do with a sidewalk or an actual walking path.
See, that's where you're wrong. Yeah, that's a common misconception, that it has everything to do with a sidewalk and a path. See, what it is when there's like kind of a interesting sidewalk, maybe one that's like kind of rounded.
Sure.
A lot of people decide they want to skip the kind of detour of the sidewalk.
A lot of people don't have time for that.
Exactly. So people just cut through on the grass, and when it happens enough, a little trail is formed. And I bring that up because we're actually seeing from the home dugout, there's like a little dirt trail forming in the grass.
I see one trailing on the opposing dugout as well.
Yeah. So many people have walked from the warm-up circle, on deck circle, to the batter's boxes that there's a visible path there, visible trail.
They say you learn something new every time you watch a baseball game.
Yeah.
This is my one thing that, you see something new, but you also learn something new every time too.
Yeah, you see something new and you learn something new. And if you don't think that's true, you're wrong. You just need to start, I guess, journaling your experience. Yeah. Anyways, it looks like we're back now. Wesley Freed is the new Colorado pitcher.
Batting for the Roadrunners, designated hitter number 5, Elias Gonzalez.
He is inheriting 2 base runners. And Elias Gonzalez, the designated hitter, is going to try to bring at least one of them home.
Yeah,
his
Colorado,
first pitch.
Once again, relying on freshman arms out of the bullpen. We saw Tyler Gray come out and do a good job getting out of a jam in Game 1. Now here's Freed coming in a semi-similar position here with first and second and only 1 out.
That pitch is swung on and sent into center field. Both outfielders give chase, but it's actually the right fielder who ends up grabbing it. He gets that back into the infield in a hurry. That was a strong throw from Charlie Lesh.
Shortstop number 23, Christopher Weens.
My apologies. Caden Myers is the right fielder. We know from last game, though, that some of these Colorado outfielders, they have strong arms, able to get the ball in quickly. And so now there's 2 outs, runners on first and second. That pitch drops into the zone, causes a big swing and a miss.
That could have been a managerial decision to have the fastball and velocity of Nickerson to then go into that crazy changeup that we just saw from Fried.
I think that's
curveball. Nonetheless, a big.
A runner goes, and there's going to be no throw to third baseman. The runner's in there safe. Of course, though, I've said this several times today. When you have 2 outs, you don't really worry about runners on the bases.
Now we have one focus to get a strikeout. Big day in sports overall. I'd say Colorado club baseball is the top of the sports world.
It is right
now.
There's
a small little basketball tournament going on the side, but
they call it like March Madness. I think that's how most people will be interested.
Was some March Madness.
This was March Madness. Yes. The first 2 innings, that was March Madness.
This was March Madness.
Yeah. And that is swung on and hit into left field. That's going to be good to bring in a run. Nice piece of hitting. He was all over that one. And just like that, the game is tied 5-5.
Right fielder number 99, J.C. Rodriguez.
Yeah, Weens put a really good swing on that one. He elevated the bat with the ball in the upper half of that zone. Swung on it early enough, kind of landed in no man's land there. Left fielder Chase Ambuel wasn't able to get there.
And the runner just stole third base with no contest from the catcher. He could have walked there and he probably would have been safe. But again, there's 2 outs. All focus is on the batter at hand, who is already down in the count 0-1. The pitch, the runner's going to second. Again, no throw.
Yeah, with 2 outs, always, as we said, that doesn't much matter. But, base hits are contagious. We'll see if the middle part of this lineup now with J.C. Rodriguez can kind of follow it up, get back-to-back, and possibly take the lead.
Yeah, J.C. Rodriguez, the batter right now, is at a 1-1 count. The pitch, swing and a miss. It's another one that had a lot of drop to it. And just like that, 1-2. Fried is a strike away from getting out of what has been an unfortunate inning for Colorado. The pitch. That is outside. Too much movement on that one.
I believe Metro, if this run were to come around, be their first lead of the day. Right, in game 1, never really went on top. They were kind of always chasing that lead by Colorado.
That's correct. Here's the pitch. Swung on and sent to foul territory. And ladies and gentlemen, a little sports update from around the world, around the U.S. at the very least. Iowa, number 9 seeded Iowa, has upset the number 1 seed Florida. The Gators, after winning it last year, they have lost in the round of 32 by a score of 73-72.
Who limited them the year before?
And what was it? It was 2 years ago. It was the Colorado Buffaloes.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's a lot of confusion.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Well, apparently we're not allowed to talk about other sports because the second we do, Metro, they took advantage of some confusion. What happened was the pitcher Fried had the ball, but since he wasn't on the mound, there was no time called. which means that the base runners were open to just, take
Well,
off.
It started with catcher Lesh arguing a call.
Yeah.
And he walked around kind of
Center fielder number 13,
It was
Aiden
literally,
Henry.
wow.
Both catcher and pitcher, neither of them were looking at the base runner or base path. They're both facing the wrong way. Time was not called, and so he literally just jogged home, uncontested, and just like that, just based off of, a great heads-up play, Metro is up 6-5. As we were saying, though, a couple
Florida.
years ago,
Yeah.
it was Colorado who eliminated Florida from the tournament, and now
It was actually 2 years ago on the day.
Yeah, on yesterday, I think.
I thought I saw the poster today or yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday.
And that hit the batter. And now things are officially becoming unhinged for Colorado here. As the bases are loaded, they've given up 2 runs and the lead in this inning, and there's going to be a decently long conversation on the mound right now.
I think the biggest thing is that emotions are high with Colorado right now.
Yeah.
This is a full-fledged rivalry game. We've seen things like this take place in Game 1 and now in Game 2. I think it kind of peaked with that play right there, stealing home. Once that happened, the Metro dugout really let him hear, which, they're celebrating. They have the full right to. So Colorado's has to get out of the inning, kind of regroup, stay.
Left fielder number 2, Ezekiel Adler.
Your emotions sort of make the most and cost extra runs.
We'll see if Fried can get his composure back and finally get this last out. Most all of this chaos has come with 2 outs on the board.
For a long time there have been 2 outs. Since then, an RBI single, a walk, and a hit by pitch to load up the bases.
Wow. And that pitch is hit into center field. That's going to find the grass. And that's going to bring home 1. That's going to bring home... No, and the throw is in time as the out is got at home. That brings in 1 run, but not a second. Beautiful
At the end of the
outfield
4th
assist.
inning, the Roadrunners lead the Buffaloes by a score of 7-5.
In left field, who made that throw? That was a
Really,
beautiful throw. It was
really
on the money.
strong tag from Charlie Lesh as well. A really good play.
It was. And so with that chaos, with that exciting last out, we now go to the top of the 5th.
Strong or AZ FUD. The Husky lacrosse team is unranked, and CU should have no problems as they finish up non-conference games over the break. If you're on vacation this week, you can catch the game on ESPN+.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love wood when it comes to basketball courts. The Big 12 this year tried something else, and, it kind of failed in their face. Jake and Lila have the story.
We're here at the CU Rec Center. While there are no glass courts nearby, if you watch the Big 12 tournament, you might have noticed a bunch of players slipping.
It's very different. Personally, I don't like it. It was really slippery. But other than that, it's really cool.
It was cool. I think it's a cool idea. I will say it was a little slip in some areas, but, you kind of got used to it.
At seemingly every break and play, there were several people out there mopping up the court for every slip and fall, more so than on an average hardwood game.
To end the half, Jaden Wooten slips. That was a momentum play that could have gone our way that did not. It went the opposite way. Just those little things that take some time to adjust to.
I was sliding a little bit. It's really cool. It's really cool looking, but it definitely is a little bit of a different feel you kind of have to get used to. But I feel like second half kind of got more used to it. So
even across 2 days in the men's tournament, the players have noted the surface change.
It's slippery. It's the lights and stuff cause Kamari to get a migraine, and it's a bad floor. They shouldn't bring it back. If you want my honest opinion.
Still, the ASB glass floor has received praise from players and coaches alike. And it marks a historic moment, as it's the first time the court has been utilized for official competition in the United States.
In pre-game introduction.
Aiden Meyer.
Welcome back after we had a lot of fun in the bottom of the last inning. It is now the top of the 5th.
Yeah, Buffalo is a very emotional inning from both sides here. Got to regroup. Teams, athletes can, talk as much, but at the end of the day, it's what you do to compete. So
Yeah.
they're now in their deficit. The first time the Buffs have had a deficit all day, going back to the game one earlier on this doubleheader.
That's a swing and a miss. Yeah, he almost fell down on that one. Elon Schwartz, the designated hitter, up to bat. Last time up, he was hit by the pitch. Now he calls time.
Yeah, the Buffs are really going to need to find a spark within their bottom half of the lineup. Because when, obviously the top half, kind of the hits are going to happen eventually through them. But when the bottom shows, the top that, they can compete, and it reflects.
He was hit by a pitch again. For the second time in this game, Schwartz is given a base due to a hit by pitch.
Schwartz still on the day. He is 0 for 0.
Yeah.
Third baseman number 3, Richie Bibarash.
And 2 hit by pitches.
So 0 for 0, but he might be a little bruised tomorrow, but he is probably happy to be the leadoff runner this inning.
Kieran Harding still on the mound for the Roadrunners here, coming into his 5th inning of work. This is now
nice pitch for a strike.
Going into the 12th inning we've seen all day between these two teams. We have seen 2 pitchers go for the Roadrunners.
Yeah.
See if they just ride with their starters.
Maybe they don't have a lot of pitchers over there in Metro.
I don't know. Never really talked about it, but great pitching or great jersey matchup.
It is. I'm a
today?
fan of the Metro. They got 2 different blues and a red on there. A lot going on with the jersey now that I really think about it.
The shoulders are a little strange. I would like personally just the big blue to go throughout all of it, but Colorado wearing their road grays because they are the acting road team this series.
Yes.
Although we play 2 in Scott Carpenter and then the series finale tomorrow night in Denver.
Well, Richie Bibarash is looking at a 1-2 pitch. And as a swing and a miss, he is retired. And just like that, after hitting the leadoff runner, he bounces back, gets a strikeout. And now
second baseman number 11, Judd Stafford.
Yeah, Bibarash, a very talented hitter. Not quite his day. Kind of struggled in game 1 as well. A pair of strikeouts here in game 2, but we know he's a Buffs third baseman. We know what he's capable of.
Balin, I wish I would have asked this when it was still light out, but what's your favorite part of the scenery here at Scott Carpenter Park? Because beyond the outfield wall, it's a little harder to see it now that it's dark. But
there's a skate park in left field.
I think it's more in center left. It's right on the batter's
left
eye.
Center, batter's eye, left center-ish skate park.
Which is pretty cool because then you also see people going, yeah.
Exactly. Right field, we got a pool park, and we got a rocket ship.
And there's a playground down the foul line.
I mean, I like the rocket ship because it kind of stands out, but I'm gonna go with the skate park. You got a pool and a skate park in one view of the field.
You know what I think my favorite part is? There's 2 pretty tall water slides.
Yeah.
They kind of are hidden a little bit by the trees, but one's blue, one's green. They're pretty cool.
You a water slide guy or a roller coaster guy?
We're a roller coaster, but
I like that.
I won't shy away from a water slide.
I can't sit in line at amusement parks. They're fun, but to wait an hour and a half for one roller coaster, that's a ball.
Well, while we were talking about random stuff, what's happened was Colorado's upset and probably
Buffalo's dugout letting the umpire hear the generous strike call that one on the upper zone
because it's a 3-1 count. Oh, and he hits that one right to the shortstop. He's able to grab it, but not in time to throw it. So everybody is safe. After
left fielder number 6, Chase Ambuel.
After working a 3-0 count, it goes 3-1, and then he's able to get a nice little infield hit to bring up Chase Ambuel.
Yeah, Stafford gets his first hit of the day there. Tough play from Gonzalez, the Metro shortstop there. Could have possibly made an effort to throw him out at first there, but first and second here, Colorado looking to build something as a go-ahead run now comes to the plate.
The pitch, he's looking to bunt. It's a good bunt attempt. Oh, and Harding is unable to even grab it. Everybody is safe. The bases are loaded off of what should have been a sack bunt.
Goes in the book as an infield hit.
Yes, it does.
I believe, because
it does.
First baseman number 18, Gabe Zebrak.
So now Ambiel and Stafford go back-to-back and both get their first base hits of the game. A growing moment here in the 5th.
And Garcia has called, the manager for Metro has called time, and he wants to talk things over. Maybe bring in a new pitcher.
I haven't seen anybody warm up, I don't believe.
There was somebody warming up earlier, but that was
a while ago.
Over an inning ago.
Looks like they're going to ride with him here. Haven't seen one pitching change from the Roadrunners today. Which, I mean, if you're going to roll with your guy, roll with your guy. But obviously they're winning, so something is going right for the Roadrunners. I just touched on earlier about how they're going to need to find production from the bottom half of their lineup to kind of retake this lead and ignite a light underneath the top half to really bring runs around. That's exactly what's happened. The 5, 7, and 8 hole hitters have all reached. Now bringing up Gabe Zebrak as a caboose.
Gabe Zebrak, he just watched a pitch high for a ball. And so already a good start for him. He's probably, that eases the nerves a little bit, seeing the first pitch called ball. And the second pitch called ball, that one was off the plate. So 2-0 count here. Of course, Harding, down 2-0 as a pitcher, he's a little stressed here. You cannot walk in a run.
Buffs dugout getting into it.
Yeah. Putting on the pressure.
Same way the Metro dugout did last inning.
2-0 pitch. A swing and a hit into center field. That finds the grass, bounces, and that's going to bring home one run. So Gabe Zebrak on a single to center field brings in 1 run, and he keeps the bases loaded.
Buffs just going station to station there. It was a little bit of a debacle. The runner on third, who was Elon Schwartz. Well, he came around to score. The runner on second, who was Judd Stafford, didn't go home. But Ambiel, who was rounding second, looking to go to third, had to stop in his tracks well over, I believe, the halfway mark in between second and third. Had to come all the way back, but was eventually safe there in second. So everything works out. Wasn't necessarily pretty in the moment, but a great piece of hitting from Zebrak. Really leaned into it, put just enough on it to drop in front of the center fielder, and it's a 1-run game.
Yeah, that makes the score 6-7, and that is the end of the day for Kieran Harding, a Metro pitcher. He made his way through 5 innings.
5 and a third.
5 and a third, thank you. And we'll see what this guy has in him.
4. Charles Ellis.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge spot for Nathan Hoffman, the senior president. He's going to have bases loaded with 1 out.
Yeah,
and we know Hoffman has not been himself so far this spring. So this, I think, is a huge spot for him, a huge spot for the team to really tee off their rest
Your
of the
attention, please. Now pitching for the Metro State Roadrunners, number 4, Charles Ellis Jr.
Because this Buffs team has fallen short in conference play 2 years in a row. So it's these moments in the season that build up a team to make a run deep in the later regional tournament and even possibly to a World Series. So can't state enough, this at-bat for Nathan Hoffman is a very important one.
And who he'll be facing is the new Roadrunner pitcher, Charles Ellis Jr. He's a junior, stands at 5'11". He weighs approximately 155 pounds. He's a righty. He's from Littleton, Colorado. He's also listed as a third baseman and an outfielder.
Yeah, he saw some at-bats in game 1. I can't quite exactly remember what position he was in, but helped the Roadrunners offensively a little bit. So a lot of these players kind of go on both sides. So we'll see if the president.
Center fielder number 17, Nathan Hoffman.
Big spot.
He's worked a walk twice in this game. Ooh, and that pitch almost hit him. That was way inside. Not an ideal start for a pitcher just coming in, but that happens with your first pitch.
It can take a couple times to really kind of get in the groove.
Oh, and he kind of figured it out there as that one is called strike.
Yeah, I've seen 2 great games so far. This one also building up for a great ending.
That one's a ball. 2-1 count. Colorado's down 1 run, but this could really kind of blow the lid off here. That's a ball. 3-1 count. 1 pitch away from walking in a run. And there's only 1 out.
Stafford 90 feet away.
Yeah.
Reach on the infield hit.
And he does it. That is a run for Colorado, courtesy of the new pitcher, Ellis Jr.
Big. Yeah, Hoffman did exactly what he needed to do. Just brought in a run without swinging the bat.
Shortstop number 15,
Face off
Vince
balls,
Simones.
RBI for him. As they're still going station to station, we got a tie game on our hands here. Once again, late in this one.
Oh, that is hit hard into left field. It's going. It's going. And it bounces off the wall. That a lot of runners are coming home. 2 at the same time. The throw is not in time. That is a bases clearing double for Finn Simones.
Wow. What a swing. The adversity they saw last inning. Emotions got the best. Runs had to come across. But what an answer.
Catcher
Finn
number
Simones
2, Charlie Lesh.
just comes up to the plate and does what he needs to do.
The 2 runners coming on, they're practically on top of each other.
Right next to each other. There's incredible base running from Hoffman going first to home.
Yeah.
And Zebrak going second to home, right next to each other, about 5 feet from each other. Running at the exact same speed. Both came in. That reminds me of the double home plate run the Phillies had last year. I believe in their City Connects, a pretty well-known clip, but great base running, great piece of hitting. That was just perfectly executed.
And he's stealing a base. He might run home. He's going to decide not to. Stays at third. That is Finn Simones, who is now, after hitting in 3 people, stands at third. Wow. So at the beginning of this inning, Colorado was down 2. They are now up 3 in a 10-7 game, and there's still only 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit right to the second baseman. He has plenty of time to throw that one to first, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. But that does bring home Hoffman, and so that's another run for Colorado. It is now 11-7.
Right fielder number 12, Caden Meyer.
Yeah, kind of what I touched on earlier before Hoffman's at bat. You know, it's really those innings and those kind of moments that show a team that they have what it takes to go deep into the season. And I think we just saw that this inning, obviously this game, pretty far from being over, but very strong showing here from the Buffs in this frame.
Caden Meyer, the new batter, has watched 2 pitches. One was called a strike, one was called a ball. Things are even at 1-1. That pitch low and in. 2-1 count. Caden Meyer has the opportunity to keep the momentum going here, as it was Charlie Lesh before him who brought in another run and cleared the bases completely. 3-1 count. And wow, I mean, Ellis Jr. has had far from an ideal beginning here of his outing. Ooh, and just like that, he has walked Meyer. And so now 2 outs, but another runner on first. And this time it's Elon Schwartz.
Designated hitter number 22, Elon Schwartz.
Schwartz has been hit by a pitch twice. both in his last 2 at-bats. Let's see if it happens a third time. That'd be pretty crazy. Oh, and that is hit hard into left field. That finds the grass. Meyer rounds third. He's heading home. The pitch is nowhere close to in time. And that is a stand-up RBI double for Elon Schwartz.
Great piece of hitting from Schwartz there. It's that point where now everybody on the team is getting involved. They have hit around. The Roadrunners came into the inning kind of in control, it felt like, after a little bit. This has been a great showing. They chase Ellis Jr. He records 1 out. We'll have to calculate how many runs he ultimately gives up, but incredible showing. Everybody on the team is getting involved. Right now it feels like 1 through 9 in the lineup. Anybody can give you a base hit and score a run. And leave on base and have the person behind them hit them in. So
this whole time momentum has been flipping back and forth due to errors, and now it's completely on Colorado's side because of hits.
Yeah, very, very much so.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Metro State Roadrunners, number 2, Ezekiel Adler.
5 base hits on the inning for the Buffs.
Ellis Jr., he only threw 8 pitches, but that was enough for Colorado to do their fair share of damage.
Through 8 pitches, faced 5 hitters. Only recorded 1 out, but that 1 out brought in a run anyway. So sometimes it's just not your day on the mound. We have a new pitcher now for the Roadrunners, if you'll get their name soon. But one of the better innings from the Buffs we've seen all season, really. If you think about it, 7th spot this frame, and they're not even done yet. Still 2 outs. Did you use your laptop?
Ezekiel Adler is now the new pitcher.
He's in the lineup.
Ezekiel Adler is now the new pitcher.
He's in the lineup.
He hasn't pitched at all. So we have no idea what to expect. There is no scouting report on this guy. He was in the lineup before this point. He was
both the batting lineups today, game 1 and game 2.
Yeah, I mean he was the left fielder. Yeah, he wasn't in the first games, but for the first about 5 2/3 innings of this game, he was the left fielder. And now he's the pitcher. That's interesting.
I mean, maybe we're getting a glimpse of why Metro kept their starters in the whole
Third baseman, number 3, Richie Bibrosh.
We see come in today, and the wheels fall off the bus for Metro. So Buffs ain't done yet. They're hungry for more. Up 5 here. You can try and tack on more with Richie Bibrosh.
And that is hit foul down the right third base line. Richie Bibrosh is now back up to the plate. Bibrosh is up to the plate. He hit 1 foul a second ago. He watches that one for a ball.
I feel like Colorado's kind of seen a glimpse of kind of what we just talked about why, maybe Metro doesn't want to go into their bullpen. So if I'm Bibrosh right now, I'm not swinging unless it's down the heart because these pitchers have shown they don't have a lot of control. So if I'm Bibrosh, at least I'm laying off right now to start, kind of see how the first couple of pitches of this at-bat go, and then tweak your strategy.
That one was deemed a little high, but I'm not going to lie to you. I was thinking swing at that one.
Looked good from here, it did. But
that one is low, and throw back to second. Could have been a disaster. I'm not sure I would have done that. So, anyways, the score 12-7.
Should be 2-2.
Top of the 5th. 2 outs.
I think it's 2-2.
Richie Bibrosh up to bat with Elon Schwartz on second. That pitch is high. Walks him. Now there's a runner on first and second.
Third walk of the inning combined by Metro. Probably
Second baseman, number 11, Jet Stafford.
Over all three pitchers. One hit by pitch. Other than that, strikeout kind of sprinkled in, but Buffs just putting bat on ball, really thriving right now.
Yeah.
True that hits are contagious.
And we'll see if Stafford has caught the disease here. He's up to the plate.
Stafford really started actually the big rally from that infield hit.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Correction. Pitching now for the Metro State Roadrunners, number 7,
Yeah.
Andrew Espinosa.
That's right.
Girl, bye. Also has 0 strikes.
That's a called strike. Stafford didn't look too happy about that.
This is the 12th batter the Buffs are bringing to the plate.
Stafford, pretty good stats. 313 average.
That was definitely a good pitch to swing on for Stafford. Just a little late, didn't fully commit to it, but if he did, could have lined that one into shallow left. Possibly could have brought home
Like when you
Schwartz on
started
second
coming on
base.
your way,
Yeah.
it was the bottom of the 4th.
Ooh, and
That's how you probably could have gotten from MSU Denver to here any amount of time that inning took.
You was the wrong one. Yeah, switch it. Espinosa.
Andrew
Espinosa.
Espinosa. Andrew Espinosa is pitching. And so far, Andrew Espinosa
strikes.
Espinosa strikes. Very, very creative.
What does that mean?
That's okay. It's true. He's only thrown, I guess he's thrown, what, 3 strikes? But more importantly, he's thrown 8 balls. He's walked 2 batters back to back. And once again, in this inning, the bases are loaded.
Yeah.
Feels kind of strange to bring it up.
Fielder number 6, Chase Ambuel.
If this inning kind of continues this way, and maybe Ambuel can come through with a couple RBIs here.
Well, this could be the last inning. Is that where you're going?
Well, they'd have to do a lot. They need 5 more runs.
Yeah.
To end it because
Mercy rule is 10 after 5.
Okay.
But Metro would still have a chance to hit no matter what.
Yes, exactly.
So
It's still at
10 runs after the 5th. So maybe keep that in mind. Maybe it could be over in the 6th.
So just to reiterate, if Colorado gets 5 runs and then Metro gets 0 runs in the bottom of the 5th, the game is over.
It was at 80.
Well, anyways, a lot of time in between those 2 pitches, but it's a 1-0 count. The pitch, it's a swing and a miss on that one.
Yeah, we said Stafford kind of started the rally, but maybe what really kind of ignited it was Ambuel earlier this inning with that bunt that laid down just absolutely perfectly, softly off the bat. There wasn't even a throw at first, and ended up loading up the bases.
That pitch is high. Espinosa keeps trying this little thing where, the pitch drops into the top of the zone, but he keeps leaving it high.
Staying up there, not a lot of late drop, really, to kind of clip the zone. But.
Catcher just now is telling him to calm down, take a breath. Good advice, as it is a 2-1 count with bases loaded.
But you got it. Nice. Sorry, it wasn't on my phone. But I literally can't use my
Really
phone.
vital for Metro to not let up any more runs here.
That is a swing, and that's hit into center field, past the center fielder. That's rolling all the way to the wall. 1 run has scored, 2 runs has scored. The 3rd run is on its way. The 4th run is on its way. It's going to be an inside the park home run. He dives. He's safe. That's an inside the park home run for Chase Ambuel. He can't believe it. His teammates, everybody's outside the dugout. What a play. The power, the speed, the miscue on defense, and that is the first ever inside the park home run that I have seen in person.
Grand slam inside the park home run. There was bases loaded. 4 RBIs come in. Holy cow. 9th run.
I can't add more on there.
No, more than that.
16-7. 7-16.
So the score is now 7-16.
10 runs, right? 10 or 11?
11.
11 runs this inning.
Just add a
So what do
seven.
I? But I got a 7.
First baseman number 18, Gabe Zebrak.
11 this inning.
16 to 7.
So
Yeah.
7.
So the Buffaloes started the inning down
Wow.
2. They've scored 11 straight.
Holy cow.
This has been insane. And
What
inside
an
the park grand slam.
Grand slam. 16 to 7. So now, Zebrak, if he comes around to score, that is the 10th run divider, and we could see if Wesley Freed, or maybe even they exercise their closer here in the 5th inning, if Zebrak comes around to score and try to end this one through 5.
Well, he's swinging on that one. Sends it foul, though. It's a 1-2 count. And I'm just almost wondering if Zebrak's even having trouble to focus after what just happened.
Yeah.
The whole team's probably still on like a high right now. But he swings on that one, sends it foul. Ooh, almost a nice play from the first base coach. At least he was able to keep it in front of it.
It's good fundamentals by the first base coach right there.
Yeah.
Would have been able to make a throw at first.
Exactly. This pitch, a swing, this one is to the first baseman. And that will finally end the top of the 5th inning. Wow, that lasted a while. That resulted in 11 runs for Colorado. And, can Metro recover? We will find out after this. The score is 7-16. Coming up soon, the bottom of the 5th.
Keeping them together. That is something that you saw what he put together at New Mexico in his time there with that basketball team, and how that program was built up during his time. So it'll certainly be interesting to see what approach he takes towards this basketball team as well. But the Buffaloes' run is over in the first round, and now it is just the rest of the Big 12 tournament. It'll be interesting to see how Oklahoma State fares against TCU and down the rest of this tournament. But ultimately a stinker for the Buffaloes here in Kansas City. But I am Liam Howard of Sco Buff Sports, and for Matt, you heard it here first.
Welcome into Buff Banner. I'm Jake Chow here with Nick Rauscher. Today we're going to be discussing the women's basketball March Madness outlook. I know, Nick, the Buffs have kind of had an up and down season a little bit. What'd you see from the Buffs? What's your outlook?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. The Big 12 tournament was a real help to them. That Kansas win, they needed that. That was a must-win. The Baylor win really, I think, solidified it. You look at their record, 22-11. Last year, they were not a 20-win team before. That's probably what kept them out. This year, they're 2 wins above 20 wins. I think that's got to get them in, especially in a power conference. They have 4 ranked wins. All of them were in the top 20. I just don't see how you could leave a team out who does that. The only thing that would really concern me is their quad 1 record. Whenever the Buffs seem to beat a ranked opponent, that team seems to drop out of the quadrant 1 section. So they're 2-5 in quadrant 1, but I've got to imagine just based on the wins that they've had, right? Like the TCU win, well, they made the championship game.
Catcher number 10, Cesar Garcia.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to Scott Carpenter. Balin Weissup now on play-by-play alongside me, Colby Wyatt. An electric 11-run inning for the Buffaloes to go up 16-7. So many strong moments there in that one as they're looking to continue to keep their foot on the pedal, maybe try to end this game an inning early.
Balin, we've mentioned a few times today how every time you watch a baseball game, you see something new.
Yeah.
This game has robbed us of seeing something new in like 5 different baseball games.
That is true.
Because we've seen
that is true.
I've seen like 5 things I've never seen before just today.
You hear of inside the park grand slams.
Yeah, stuff of legends.
Stuff of legends. But to see it actually happen in a pretty strong rivalry game is something special. So Wesley Freed, freshman, back out onto the mound. The relief pitcher coming in for a couple good, strong innings from Nickerson. After kind of what looked like Metro State was going to sort of go ahead last inning. But
we have a little statistic.
Raimel Tapia?
Yeah, Raimel Tapia, Rockies legend. He was the last person to hit a inside the park grand slam. He did it in 2022. But in total, there's been, what was it, 100 or 200? 200 inside the park grand slams in MLB history. The MLB's been around for a minute now. So
for a minute, that's true.
At least a few years. So
I miss Raimel Tapia.
I was truly shocked when the Rockies got rid of Raimel Tapia.
I saw him
really wasn't expecting it.
rob a home run in center field one time when I was 12. Life-changing moment, to be honest.
I'm a Raimel Tapia fan. You know what else I'm a fan of?
Raimel's out of the league, isn't he?
I don't think so.
He's totally out of the league.
I don't know. But
He played for the Blue Jays for a little bit.
You know what else I'm a fan of?
Yeah.
Full counts.
Is it it's a full count, ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
Yeah, out of the league.
Wow.
Maybe floating around in the minors, but Raimel Tapia will never be forgotten. But
not to me.
Here's Cesar Garcia up to the plate with a full count. He will look at ball 4, close call, but Metro to lead off batter on to start this 5th, trying to get some runs back.
Balin, do you want another little fun fact? The top of the 5th inning here at Scott Carpenter Park took as long as it takes to drive from Boulder to downtown Denver.
How long is that about?
30-some minutes.
I thought it'd be
40-ish.
longer than that.
It's
40
about
to 50 minutes, I feel. This one hit hard to third. Biberach cannot make the play.
Actually, one of our associates, Brittany Garcia, actually did the drive in that time. It was actually perfect timing.
Missed a lot of pretty cool moments.
Number 3, Wyatt Huffman.
So the first 2 batters reach for the Roadrunners in this inning. We're going to give Ambrose there a base hit. Took a pretty tough play from Biberach. So first and second now for the 9-hole hitter Wyatt Huffman. 1 for 1 on the day. A single last inning, which crazy to say last inning was the 4th inning, but last inning was the 4th inning.
You know, Balin,
came around to score.
I don't like when people have the first name Wyatt. It's a lot better as a last name.
Really, Colby Wyatt, I think, yeah. Wyatt, yeah, sure. No shade to Wyatt Huffman necessarily.
Like a little.
Wyatt lines it to shortstop. Simone's over to first. A very short slide. Slide.
I think he was just trying to get down.
15 feet short to the bag.
I think he was just trying to get out of the way.
He was. That's a good play. So
that's sportsmanlike to just
a 6'4" putout
number 12
for Huffman as he will take first base. So I'll put Garcia on third, Huffman at first, with 1 out for the top of the order. Here is Emmanuel Nunez, third baseman. 1 for 2 on the day. Single, strikeout, and walk. Kind of one of everything. One of Nickerson's strikeout victims. See if Freed can settle in here. 1 out. Pitch outside. Huffman has a stolen base notched this season. Could potentially see him running.
Time for a second. Oh, there he goes.
Speaking of, we're so smart. Good throw in from Lesh, but it was... It was Simone's idea at shortstop to check the runner at third instead of apply the tag.
Smart. Don't want to give away a run, even though they do have a couple to spare.
Swing and a miss by Nunez. I'll put strike number 2 on him. Freed tricked him there.
That's a good pitch right there. That's one that's hard to lay off of because it looks so good out of the hand, but then it drops so much and results in swings and misses like that.
Swing and a miss.
That one?
Once again.
That was inside. That's not as
inside.
compelling of a pitch to swing at, but
sort of a similar idea from what we've seen from a lot of these Metro strikeouts today.
Yeah.
With 2 strikes, they're kind of chasing balls that are out of the zone. That was a perfect example there. Freed tricked him.
I'd actually say a common little problem here in the Metro system is swinging at pitches inside.
Sure, yeah. Maybe some plate discipline rules could work. As this ball gets away, a run will come in. make it 16-8. Buffs will have the Roadrunners doubled here in the 5th, just making a mercy rule a little less likely.
Was that a passed ball or a wild pitch?
So a wild pitch is on the pitcher, but
yes,
passed ball
is on the catcher.
I thought that was a wild pitch in my eyes.
It did like bounce off the catcher.
It did.
But
I feel like
I wouldn't argue against
on wild pitches, the catcher's always going to try to, make an effort to. It's probably going to touch the ball eventually, but here's the 1-1 count to Gonzalez. Got the start in game 1. He's been doing it on both sides. He is 0 for 1.
It's good work to stay alive there. That pitch was right kind of on the border, top of the zone. Probably would have been called a ball, but you don't want to take chances when you're down 2 strikes.
So 2 outs on the inning.
Yeah.
Armbrust just came around Garcia just came around to score.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. As they get 1 back. Going to have to do a lot more work than that, however.
It's been Gonzalez up to bat?
Yes.
Gonzalez has done a good job of fighting back in this count. He was down 1-2. Now it's a full count, 3-2.
The full count pitch from Freed. Swung on, hard hit over to Simone's at short. Bobbles it a little bit, but guns it over to first. Threw it very fast, a little early release point, so that sailed over the first baseman and into Metro's dugout. So Gonzalez will be awarded second. That scores another run. That was Hoffman at third base. So Freed's day will end there. Not as smooth sailing as he would hope. But the Buffs still up by 7. They lead 16-9 as we will have a pitching change. We will step aside momentarily. Stick with us to close out this one at Scott Carpenter. Buffs up big.
Christopher Weeds.
We welcome you back to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's been a chaotic day at Scott Carpenter Park. Buffs looking to take the first 2 games of this series before going to Metro for game number 3. The third pitcher of the day for Colorado takes the bump. Freshman Kyle Cachavolani. A pretty difficult. It's a very cool name, but not an easy one for us to say upstairs.
Yeah, I agree. It's an Italian name for
It is
sure.
Italian.
I'm
a big fan of the Italians.
Yeah, Italians are right.
How about the Sasquatch? Vinny P.
Vinny Pasquantino.
Jack Caglione.
Big fan of the Italian baseball team.
Michael Lorenzen.
But speaking about like languages and stuff, you know what one of my pet peeves is?
What is it?
Seeing like the wrong version of there used. Because there's there, and there.
Yeah, there is there, and there.
Yeah, seeing the wrong one just makes me mad.
There's a certain time, it's 2026.
Yeah.
We can figure it out.
Yeah. And, I know sometimes it's a mistake. It's a mistake that can, slip by somebody, but I see it way too often.
I do. I'm a big your guy, and I don't like it either. It bugs me. As a runner goes, kind of lifted into right field, will be caught. That is out number 3. Kind of floated into shallow right field. First baseman Gabe Zebrak able to make the play. So in the 5th inning, the Roadrunners get 2 back. They'll still trail by 7. Buffs need 3 to try and enforce the run rule. Stay with us.
Floor and making sure that people were behind it. They're using player quotes and posting them on social media, trying to really beef up the emphasis on that they were planning on moving forward with the court and that the court didn't have problems. But then ultimately, a few hours later, they made the switch back to this floor, and it ultimately seemed like a supported decision by the players and media and coaches alike. And so now with this back in, I think it's going to be it's just going to be nice for players, especially to not have to worry, especially in the backcourts, about where they're going to plant their feet and potentially sliding out and causing turnovers, and especially in the worst case, causing injuries like what we saw to Christian Anderson.
Yeah, ultimately, I think it's the right decision. You really just got to wonder about what had to happen before they finally pulled the trigger. Did it take certain players saying something? Because it wasn't like the women's players didn't have their comments after playing a whole tournament on it. And then seeing 12 full games of Big 12 men's basketball on the court as well. Then finally making the decision after Chris Anderson gets hurt. You have to wonder about what went into the decision fully to go from the new floor that had the innovation to the old school, I guess, at this point. But now looking forward to our games, giving some predictions. We saw Iowa State come out with a blowout yesterday. Arizona, maybe not as dominant as they would have hoped, but still took a win to advance it today. What did you see yesterday, and what do you think we'll see in this first contest?
Yeah, I think this first contest is going to be a much more interesting battle in the backcourt, like I was mentioning, with the floor, not having to worry about necessarily all those turnovers and injuries potentially with the floor. I think it's a lot. I think even just the confidence that could bring could add a lot to this first opening matchup. I think that Braden Berries is going to be an incredibly key part in Arizona's performance today, and if he can get going and he can have a similar game to what he did yesterday and just what he's been doing all season long, I think that's going to be key to Arizona moving on to the next round.
Yeah, of course, in that backcourt, Jane Bradley, the Big 12 Player of the Year, alongside Braden Berries, excuse me. But then you have to look at Iowa State and Taman Lipsky, who had a great game yesterday on both sides of the floor, being a senior, a hometown guy for Iowa State and the Cyclones, and doing his thing. So it will definitely be interesting in that backcourt. Personally, I think the front court would be the bigger matchup with Mo Krivas and Koa Pete for the Wildcats, matching up with Blake Buchanan and a likely All-American and Josh Jefferson. What do you have to think about that? And add your pick for this game as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick Arizona with this. The question of, the experience can come up for Arizona, a very young team, but these guys are sort of beyond their years, I think. Especially when you look at a guy like Cole Pete, who's just an incredible athlete, and how he's going to match up with a guy like Joshua Jefferson.
The Buffs coming back up after an 11th spot in the 5th. Senior Nathan Hoffman digs in here to begin the 6th inning as the lineup turns over. We'll look at strike 1. New pitcher on the mound for Metro State, former left fielder Ezekiel Adlar. Their third reliever of the day. The bullpen efforts have been a nightmare for Metro State.
I've seen Hoffman. 2 strikes there. I've seen Hoffman bat probably at least 7 times today. I'd say probably 8 or more. He has not swung at a first pitch yet.
I mean, it's you kind of have what you have. There's some players where it's a superstitious thing. I know Bryce Harper swings it some of the most first pitches out of anybody in the majors. Francisco Lindor is also an aggressive swinger early on.
Mm-hmm. When I play MLB The Show, I'm swinging at everything.
I swing at every single pitch.
I don't care. I want that pitcher to know that I'm going to be aggressive here.
Yeah. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hoffman. He's still 0 for 1 on the day, although this is his 5th at bat. Recorded 3 walks. Plate discipline.
The plate discipline here is evened up the count. 2-2.
Yes, it has. On base, getting a little bit of a boost here.
Mm-hmm.
Buffs, 7-run lead. Play 7-inning games here.
Ooh, that
one inside. Believe was ball 4, but that'll be ball 3.
That was ball 3.
Ball 3.
Yes. Ball 3. It's a full count.
Adler attacking him early.
Oh, yeah, that's right. New pitcher, by the way, who we believe to be Ezekiel Adler.
Speaking of Ezekiel's, more Rockies legends. I'm a big Ezekiel Tovar guy. Now, he definitely showed more heart for Team Venezuela than he did for the Rockies, day in, day out, but he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, see, it's
Shortstop,
hard
number 15,
for Rockies
Vince
fans who
Simones.
want to buy a jersey because you never know how long someone's going to be there.
That's true.
But, Tovar he's a somewhat safe bet.
He's a safe bet. He should be a safe bet for a while, but I guess you never know.
I mean,
we don't have him locked down for a long time. But
yeah. Probably he's the safest bet on the team.
I'd hope so. Guess you never know. As Finn Simones, a shortstop himself, digs into the plate. He looks at strike 1 there. Colby, what are you looking forward to for the upcoming MLB season? Because we've had fun. We've had a fun baseball season so far.
Yeah.
WBC. Now it's time for the MLB. What are we looking forward to? What's the excitement level?
Let me just say, Rocktober is the closest it's ever been. Will it actually happen? Probably not.
This is a new era.
Yeah, but
All right.
also, the Rockies acquired 3 new pitchers in the offseason, starting pitchers. All 3 of them pitched in the World Baseball Classic. Do you know what their combined ERA was?
Was it 0.6 as the runner goes? In there safely. A lot of speed from Hoffman.
That was a
Giving
nice slide.
Free bag.
That was the best slide I've seen today.
That was a very good slide.
It was 0. Combined ERA is 0. Unless Lorenzen might have, because he came.
He didn't give up a run.
But against Venezuela, when he came as a relief pitcher.
Venezuela.
I can't remember if he gave up a run as a relief pitcher going against Venezuela. If he did, that changes anything. But at the very least, before that moment, combined ERA was 0 between the 3 pitchers.
Yeah. Now, I got to say, I haven't seen a lot of positive Rockies baseball in the last 6 years. And when Michael Lorenzen went out there on the mound against Team USA, pitched 4.2 scoreless frames, shut down the best hitters in the world.
Yep.
That was the best Rockies baseball I've seen. And he wasn't even wearing – he has never worn a Rockies jersey yet.
Yeah.
But that's what I like to see. He was actually a lot of good Rockies guys.
And then
WBC. Willie Castro had a great one.
Rockies went out and got Willie Castro, and he actually did a really good WBC.
Electric leadoff homer against Italia.
Oh, by
ended
the
up
way,
losing that game. But
full count.
By the way, there's also a game going on right here. Simones fouls off a full count pitch. Right now, on the spot.
Yeah.
Who beats who in the World Series?
Okay.
I have mine if you want to steal mine. But
Mariners beat Dodgers.
Whoa, I was going Dodgers beat Mariners, but that was my World Series.
Mariners, Dodgers. Definitely, I feel like that's the favorite. I think that's the favorite matchup.
That'd be fun. I mean, really anybody but the Dodgers.
Blue Jays still definitely have a chance on the AL.
Love me some Blue Jays. Show about Kazuma Okamoto.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Kazuma Okamoto. I am.
Gave Dylan Cease a bag, which I don't know how I feel about that.
Not a great move. However, it doesn't really affect them for this year.
We got a pinch runner here for the Buffs. Charlie Lesh, his day ends at catcher. We'll get the name momentarily for you.
Bryce Smith.
Bryce Smith. Bryce Smith will look at strike
Pinch
one.
hitting, number 28, Bryce Smith.
Yeah. Okay, let me just. Smith digs in here. Got runners on first and second. The run represented here at home. Obviously, we'd have to play the bottom of the inning, but
maybe I'm crazy though, but I really wouldn't be surprised if the Dodgers lose in the playoffs.
I don't
wouldn't
hate it either. I don't.
Like I was almost thinking like Phillies. I know we've talked about before. The lineup's old. Maybe a lot of them pass their prime.
I think if the Phillies haven't done it yet, I don't think they're gonna do it now.
But their pitching staff is like arguably the best it's been.
I think right now Dodgers have the best. Obviously, starting rotation. So the Dodgers. Then I'm going the Red Sox.
Yeah,
love that 1-2-3 they got. Added Sony, added Ronhill.
Of course, yeah.
Great pitchers. Obviously with Garrett Crochet, who I could see Scooble having a similar 2.4 ERA season, getting 12 wins on the mound. But I could see a Garrett Crochet, a little 15 wins, maybe 2-3 season, sneaking out an ERA. As it would have been a double steal executed by the Buffs, but a foul ball by Bryce Smith.
Yeah, and we got from our statistician here at the Scott Carpenter Park booth, just gave me a little stat. The Red Sox outfield had more home runs than all of Team USA.
Wow.
In the WBC.
Jaron Duran had a few. That was Willie Abreu as well.
Yeah. So the three Red Sox outfielders,
yep.
They had 10. All of Team USA through all their games, only had 9.
See,
so Red Sox, I mean, you easily make a case for them.
Should we talk about Team USA? Oh, yeah. Red Sox, I'm expecting a big year. I could see a little Red Sox division title in 2026 for sure. For sure. Listen, I have something I want to say about Team USA that I've been thinking about.
Okay.
As I go to bed, really.
Yeah.
Just kind of not in like a
Wait, hold on, real quick.
2-2 pitch upstairs to Smith. Everybody was talking about how Team USA didn't care, right? They'd hit a home run, they'd celebrate a little bit, but it wouldn't be as electric as, say, Venezuela or Dominican Republic.
Those people, that includes me.
All right, so we're going to have a harsh argument here. They're going out, they're jumping on the dugouts, they're saying, oh, Team USA, do that. So, ball 4, we'll load up the bases. Nobody out.
Wow.
Might be in for another long inning for Metro. Ezekiel Adler, not a great start.
Ben, I'm not doubting that they care, but it's just so visible that they didn't care as much as the DR, Venezuela, Mexico.
So here's my thing. I think
Puerto Rico,
every country, right? All these players who play for their country, it's meaningful to them because they grew up in that country playing baseball there, right? That's what's so special about the Dominican Republic players and the Venezuelan players. So they play a different style of baseball than how Team USA grew up going through college and the minor leagues and the major leagues. Team USA doesn't need to be jumping out of the dugout. Yeah, it's electric, but that's never how these American players grew up playing baseball.
See, I was even just more looking for signs that they cared.
Sure.
They don't got to be jumping around. I just want to see, maybe some facial expressions.
Sure. It's like, and then when it all came out, it was in those first kind of early quarterfinal games against Canada. That was the first one where they'd hit a home run, and then it kind of felt forced, like they were being told to going out on the dugout and whatever. So I don't know. Very disappointed by Team USA's overall performance. As by the way, Kaden Myers hitting. 1 ball, 1 strike for him. Actually, really big spot here. Bases loaded.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch. Adler, 3 walks to start his outing. Not exactly what you want to see or how you drew it up. But.
Well, that makes the count 1-2, but we are looking at even more so than, last inning. a potential mercy rule situation.
Sure, yeah, we are.
They only need 3 more runs to enforce it. Granted, they would also hold Metro to 0 runs in the bottom of the 6th.
Inning, yeah. So talk about a little baseball as a whole. What the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah.
How do you see baseball stage right now internationally?
Internationally, it is easily by far the biggest it's ever been.
Incredible.
It grows every year. Every year, there's like a new country with a professional league. And if you look up the World Baseball rankings, I want to say there's 82 countries with a national team. 82.
Meyer goes down on strikes.
Leading up to that, I mean, it's become baseball is a bigger deal around the world than it is in the U.S. I mean, this happened in 2023, and it happened this year in the World Baseball Classic. More people in Japan watched it than in the U.S. watched the World Baseball Classic games.
Yes.
And there's several countries where their culture, Japan is truly a big part of it. That's Japan, that's the Dominican Republic, that's Puerto Rico. I would say maybe even Venezuela. They had actual parades.
They did.
And I'm telling you right now, I'm not sure the U.S. would have had a parade if the U.S. won.
No, I don't think so either. And I think it was better for baseball as a whole that Venezuela won.
I agree.
And to see it, I think it meant more. And in the stadium,
that's a nice pitch.
It's a tremendous pitch there from Adler, one of not many, if we're gonna be honest. But I mean, he's still out there. Got a good strikeout on Meyer earlier, so
yeah,
good for him. So 0-1 count here to Tunks, who's
Nathan Tunks,
who was pinch hitting for Elon Schwartz in the designated hitter position.
I can do it in the style you showed me.
The WBC is unlike anything.
I love it.
And obviously, there's a World Cup, and there's now kind of the Four Nations face-off, which are also incredible. But since this is the first real time that this international thing has been integrated into the sport, it's fun, special. There's nothing like it.
Do you think so? There's 20 teams in the World Baseball Classic.
There's 20.
That's what I said.
Yeah. I'm not going.
Okay. There's 20 teams.
There's 20 teams.
Do you think they'll ever expand? Eventually, I feel like they have to, because it's 40 teams in the World Cup. It's 40.
Oh, really?
How
many are in each? Is it still 4 groups?
No, it's a lot more than 4 groups. There's 4. I don't know, because they kind of tweak it between World Cups sometimes. Because I want to say there's more teams in the World Cup this year than there was 4 years ago.
Interesting. World Cup's fun too.
It's a lot of fun, yeah.
Great to watch.
But then it's also, with the World Baseball Classic, 48 teams in the World Cup.
Nathan Tunks looks at ball 4, as that will score run number 17 on the day for the Buffs. RBI walk. That is Adler's 4th walk in 5 batters, resulting in a run. It looks like they're not going to take him out here. Just going to kind of give him a second to.
Yeah, because there's been nobody warming up in the bullpen.
Nobody warming up.
They're just hoping that Adler can get through this here. Going to give him a breather. It is cold too. That definitely affects pitching.
Yeah.
Our wonderful producer Nick, he gave me a little note that there's more teams competing in the World Cup this upcoming year because there's 3 host countries, and the host country also always qualifies.
Interesting.
Makes a lot of sense.
Third baseman, number 3.
And it's 12 groups of 4.
12. Wow. 12.
So, yeah.
So is it then a 16-stage elimination or 16-team elimination stage?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. But go back to the point.
The World Baseball Classic, right? Obviously, like I said, there's 82 countries with a national team.
Yeah.
So there would be people who, you could fill the numbers, but
yeah,
I think other countries need to become more competitive.
They do. That's the thing.
Increase.
That's what I was going to make.
I will say,
big talent gap between USA, DR, Japan. Then there is, China, Brazil. Those teams.
I will say this was the most competitive WBC yet.
Oh, for sure. I think it's they only get
better. Yeah,
more competitive because I think
baseball's
more and more players are going to get in it. Yeah,
for sure. Worldwide, I believe I'd have look at statistics. I believe baseball in the U.S. is growing a little bit. It's kind of on an upward, Yeah. But in terms of the global stage, it's growing.
It is
pretty good amount.
It is.
And even you look like Italy's run.
Man, wasn't that fun?
That's gonna how many at least let's say even only 100 kids in Italy watched that game and were like, well, I'm gonna play baseball now.
Yeah,
even 100 is good increase.
I was just in Italy. I was gonna come up with a story just now where I saw kids playing on the street.
You're just gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
come up
okay.
with this heartfelt story. I wish. But.
Honestly, as long as it's not related to the sport that we're commentating on, I'm cool with lying.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the other day,
I saw a tiger today.
I was actually just gonna say I
on
saw a
my
tiger
walk here. There was this baby with no mom, and a tiger jumped at the baby.
And you saved it. Yeah, I saw that.
Saved the baby.
I was there.
Yeah,
it was
I
crazy.
fought off. I didn't kill the tiger. I'm not a bad person, but I scared him off. And then he ate somebody else, but I saved the baby. So
Another walk. Back to back at bats, a runner has been walked in.
So I'm no manager. I'm clearly up here in the booth. If I'm Metro,
second baseman number 11, Jed Stafford.
Just get somebody up and moving. That is now.
They have at least a few guys sitting in the bullpen.
5
in the dugout. Yeah.
On the frame. 2 more have came in this inning. That makes it now 18-9. 1 away from the run rule.
This game is by far longer than the one earlier today.
The
one earlier today, it clocked in at under 2 hours.
That was a tremendous game.
Yes, it did. Or it clocked in at about 2 hours.
Game 1 was one of my actual favorite games.
Yeah, that was a great game.
In my time helping out with this club. Pitch.
Ooh.
That was the first swing with contact that.
It's been a minute. It's been
a while, but if you could pick a sleeper team, upcoming MLB season. Well, we can go back to WBC, but
Peru. Look, bro.
Peru
in 10 years, they might not be able to qualify for the 2029 WBC, but maybe not even the what would that be? 2032 WBC. But that 2035, expect a Peru team to make it.
I like that call. Yeah, no, I do like that call. Peru, yeah. They got potential. I think, and that's the thing about there's so many other countries.
Yeah.
That it could just, and any team could, catch fire. They could build a team, and the sport can just grow within that nation.
Yeah.
France
is a growing team too. They are. Honduras is actually also really grown.
Honduras, yeah, that is a good call. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Stafford. Oh, big car threat. No, that was screaming into the parking lot, but
it just barely avoided.
All right, I've said this point.
Yeah,
I don't want somebody's car to be broken. All I'm saying is that'd be really fun to watch. Just a car shatter a windshield. And one person in the stands just goes, no, The 2-2, strike 3.
Hey, that's
second out of. All right. Colorado, if we only score 2 runs this inning. Excuse me. If the Colorado Buffaloes only score 2 runs.
Yeah.
The fielder number 6, Chase Ambuel.
Ambuel comes up. He last time up inside the park home run, one of the more electric moments. Also seen at Scott Carpenter. See if he can do it again. Chance to do it again here.
And Balin, we've been talking about how baseball's been growing.
It has.
And it's actually grown in a really cool way this offseason.
Yep.
In 2026, the Women's Pro Baseball League is debuting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I believe it's in 4 cities right now.
Yeah, there's only 4 teams.
4 teams.
That's a good start.
That's fun. That's fun. I was kind of thinking about it
and I really
earlier.
Because I've always been, a little worried that the professional softball and even just softball as a whole would stop women's baseball from taking off.
Sure.
Because there is also a professional softball league with also 4 teams.
Yeah.
I think they're expanding soon though. And so the fact that, we're getting the softball, and then women's baseball.
Yeah. So, but one of my favorite things about the sport here actually is that no matter shape and size or age, obviously dependent, you can play the sport, right? A 6'8" player has no advantage over a 5-foot player in baseball. So that really tells me, women could fully play Major League Baseball.
I think someday we'll see that. Yeah.
I think for sure, without a doubt. But I think that's one of the cooler things about the sport is that really anybody can do it.
For anyone wondering, though, that pitch taken low.
Oh,
I wanted it to be called a strike, but I thought it was low from up here.
It looked low upstairs. Yeah. Metro freaked out, but that's what it
was. Anyways, the 4 host cities are Boston, Los Angeles, New York, and San Francisco. So I guess getting 2 on each coast
that'll be fun.
Probably a good start.
Yeah, that's something actually really cool to watch for. Sometime this year. Do you know about the first professional women's baseball league?
Oh, that hit him. And that
there it is.
Is good for the Mercy Rule.
All right. We need
it's game
a shutdown.
If Metro does not score in the bottom of the 6th.
Need a shutdown inning.
No.
For Colorado to win here. A hit by Ambule gets an RBI off the hit by pitch. As that will bring up Gabe Zebrak coming up for his 5th plate appearance.
First baseman number 18, Gabe Zebrak.
As they are once again 1 batter away from hitting around for the 2nd consecutive inning. Overall, sport's in a great spot.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Very exciting time for the future. Only way to go is up.
Oh, that's a good catch. Stop the ball from going past him.
I mean, to be the devil's advocate here, this time next year, there's a good chance the season is still canceled.
Yeah.
Or not canceled, or at least postponed by this time next year.
2027 MLB.
This one line in the left center, that will get down. At least 2 come home. Ambule digging in. He will hold it third. 2-run RBI double from Zebrak. A 20 spot from the Buffs.
Hey, 21.
21.
Yes, 21. That's a football score. Hey, 21-9. That's a football score.
This is a football score, actually.
Wow.
Something the Buffs football team probably couldn't do this year. As that will...
That's probably do you think that's the CU football average?
That will be the end of the day for Ezekiel Adler. We'll step aside. Still kicking it here at Scott Carpenter. Very close to calling this one here. Wrapping it up. Stick with us, though. A pitching change from Metro State. 6th inning, you're watching Scope Up Sports. Lineup turns over. The Buffs hit around for the second inning in a row. Slower rest of this game here at Scott Carpenter. One of the more unique days we've had here. Also, this doubleheader. Tremendous game one. Tremendous first couple innings to this one. Very exciting.
I have a trivia question for you.
Trivia. All right,
Yes.
let's go trivia. If you're in the chat, answer the trivia question.
Yeah, we'll give a few seconds for the chat to answer the trivia question.
Okay.
What is higher? Oh, never mind. Hold on.
Lined in the left. That ball is caught by the left fielder for the third out of the inning.
Well, I guess trivia question when we come back.
We will get back to the trivia question. We get out of the inning, though. Buffs tack on 4. They need to hold Metro to end this game early. Roger, go Buff Sports.
The number 14 lacrosse team suffered their second loss of the young season on Sunday, dropping a game to the number 8 Michigan Wolverines 7-8 in Ann Arbor. The Buffs had a 7-5 lead at one point in the game, but gave up 3 unanswered goals in the final quarter. The defense was a bright spot in the loss, with the Buffs setting season highs on almost every defensive stat, including forcing 23 turnovers. This is expected to be Colorado's final ranked matchup in non-conference play, having played top schools Stony Brook and Army West Point, along with the Wolverines.
To wrap up lacrosse conference play, the Buffs have a 2-game home series. First up, on Sunday, Colorado hosts Stetson University at noon. This will be only the 3rd meeting between the schools, and fun fact, John B. Stetson, the university's namesake, invented the cowboy hat. The game will be streamed live on the ESPN+.
The second game of the home series will be against the Yukon Huskies, a team you probably don't want to play in any sport in March. Thankfully for these Buffs, they won't be playing Sarah Strong or AZ Fudd. The Husky lacrosse team is unranked, and CU should have no problems as they finish up non-conference games over the break. If you're on vacation this week, you can catch the game on ESPN+.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love wood.
Welcome back. It is the bottom of the 6th. Metro is down 21-9. If they do not score 3 runs here, the game will end due to a mercy rule. But before we get to that, I have a trivia question. Who has scored more points? The CU baseball team in this game or the football team on average in this past season?
Right fielder number 99,
It's a
Jason
great
Rodriguez.
question. Really is. If you are in the YouTube, be sure to answer the poll. See what you know. Looking it up.
Don't look it up. That's cheating.
This is a game of integrity.
Baseball is, yes.
Baseball is a game of integrity. And trivia, there's no cheating in trivia.
Baseball is definitely not. Like framing from the catcher, that's like inherently.
Looking at the history of baseball, it's really not.
It's definitely
actually.
I mean, you got spider tack.
You got the juiced ball era, sign stealing.
When it was founded.
The Astros.
The Astros.
Yeah, McGuire, Sosa.
Well, anyways, we can bring integrity to baseball.
Yeah, we will bring it in. Because, anyway.
By the way, JC Rodriguez.
JC Rodriguez up to the plate for the Roadrunners. Freshman Kyle Cacciavellani still on the bump. The Buffs can allow 2 runs this inning and get out of it, and the game will still end. However, 3 or more, and we will play the final inning.
Oh, and that's
the 7th. Good hustle for a walk there. JC Rodriguez putting his hips into it. Leadoff man of boy. It's not quite what you want to see.
Balin, what's your answer for the trivia question? Because Balin actually does not know.
I don't know.
So fielder number 13, Aiden Henry.
It was my job to cover this football team.
Yes.
And I think we averaged a little bit more.
Okay.
First pitch to Aiden Henry. There for ball 1. Henry is 0 for 1 on the day. They walk and they hit by pitch. That one outside. Everybody in the chat, answer up.
All two of you.
Chat, am I mudded? Pitch.
Ooh,
Good
and the
pick
Turks.
there from Bryce Smith, now playing catcher.
And we are going to end the poll.
What the voting end to?
The answer, actually the chat got it right. The chat got it right. The club baseball team has scored more today. The football average on the season, it was close, Balin. It was 20.
You're going to trust some AI search? No. Those are always wrong.
We don't use AI here. By the way.
Watch. Watch. We scored more than 21 points per game.
No, it was 20.9. The
I don't
average.
think it was.
Balin, go ahead and pull out your calculator. We averaged
20.9 it was.
Yep.
It was.
So by a...
Wow, so literally
by a...
Could not have been closer. Smoked into center field is Henry. There's Hoffman.
Ooh, and
making
Colorado
the
is
catch.
2 outs away.
2 outs away, 1 down there. Hoffman with the putout. Bring up a 1-on-1 away situation for left fielder. This is not Ezekiel
For the
Adler.
Roadrunners, number 1, Michael Davidson.
This is Michael Davidson coming in to pinch hit. I believe he was who came out onto the mound doing the seagull chants from Finding Nemo.
The chants
are actually very accurate. There's no way. On record, we have Mr. Davidson at 5'4". If he hits a home run, check that. I would love to see a home run from Mr. Davidson here.
I would too. I mean, Altuve is 5'6".
It's hard to be shorter than Jose Altuve, but we found somebody. If the family's listening, all love. See, okay, this goes back to my point about baseball.
Yeah.
Anybody can play it. This sport is so cool. Davidson draws a walk. Great at bat from the kid. Now we'll put runners on first and second now for Metro. For Cesar Garcia.
No.
All right.
I don't know. I don't have a name. I don't know.
Mystery person up to the plate.
That happens. Mystery people happens sometimes in club baseball.
So Metro's getting close to scoring, and
You're neutral about it.
We're neutral because
Yes.
we're unbiased reporters.
Yes.
However,
Definitely don't have
this
a Monday Super Bowl
6-inning game has been going
for
on
over 3 hours.
for over 3 hours, and we
3.5 hours.
haven't even
Wow.
played.
3 hours, 15 minutes.
We're
3
not
hours and
even
15
into the
minutes.
7th. The pitch, that's not a strike. Close call, though. Really a 180 difference. The beginning was pretty on edge.
It was
Both
crazy, yeah.
teams were in it. They were hyper with each other. They were chirping each other. Now to a 21-9 affair. That's in the zone. Strike one. 7-8-9 due up here to the 2 batters reached and the 5-hole hitter. As that gets through, oh no, that will not score. It will score a run, maybe. JC Rodriguez hustling home. He digs in there. Not the fastest guy, but he comes around to score. It is now 21-10. Now a true baseball score.
And the Metro dugout has kept up their chant, imitating the seagulls from Finding Nemo.
I like it.
It's funny.
So I'll put runners on first and second now. JC Rodriguez comes around to score. So now the Buffs can only give up 1 more run.
The next batter is Junior Lopez.
Ooh, we have a name for the next
name.
batter. Junior Lopez. That's a good name.
That's a good baseball name.
Yeah.
I'm under baseball names are a thing. There's not like you can't like football name isn't really a thing, but there's a.
I feel like there's football names.
What's a football name to you? So let me stop you. Really
Little
quick.
Jordan Humphrey.
That's a good one. The Buffs have a freshman or sophomore on this team named Rip Lockhart. If that's not a baseball name,
That's a baseball
I don't
name.
know.
That's a baseball name.
Oh, they're changing. JC Rodriguez.
JC Rodriguez.
That's a baseball name.
Your attention, please.
That's a baseball
Pitching now for the Buffaloes, number 30.
Also,
Rip
I feel like
Lockhart.
Roger
Rip
Richards.
Lockhart. This is what I just said. Rip Lockhart on the mound.
Also for Metro, Roger Richards Jr. I feel like that's baseball.
Roger Richards is like a
But then you add the
50s,
junior.
60s New York.
Yeah.
New York Yankees guy. Caesar Garcia.
Garcia.
Baseball name. Caden Meyer. That could be a punter in the NFL or a baseball player. Ezekiel Adler. Baseball
Ezekiel
name.
Adler's a good one.
Adam Brock. That's a football player.
That's a Phillies player.
I think that's football. Adam Brock.
Adam Brock batted fifth. For
I see Adam Brock is like a 6'5" tight end that played for like 4 years but never really hit his stride.
That's the 7-hole hitter for the Phillies, Adam Brock.
We are still kicking it at Scott Carpenter. Now surpasses 9 o'clock. This game started at 5:45.
Yeah.
If this were a full 9 innings, not sure what I'd really do with myself. Junior Lopez coming up to the plate. As we have now a relief pitcher coming in to face a pinch hitter. Junior Lopez, great baseball name.
Yeah.
Like Junior Caminero, great baseball name.
I'm a big Junior Caminero fan.
He exploded in the WBC.
He did, but even last year I was a fan. Yeah.
You could kind of tell Junior was he's kind of like the new kid on the block.
Yeah,
Like all kind of the DR was kind of like big brothering him a little bit. But boy, was he electric. A little sidearm action here from Rip Lockhart on the bump. First and second. Here, 1 run has come across for Metro. If they score 2 more, we will play the 7th. That's a tough way to put it. That's in the zone. Lockhart will find it. And that worked right there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss.
Big
by
fan
Lopez.
of the delivery.
Yeah.
Pitching delivery.
Kind of comes out slow, but it just
Comes
kind of
out- it's
slides
like
right in.
sidearm.
there. Yeah, I like it. 2 strikes. Big spot. Only 1 out. The pitch. Outside. All right. Sleeper MLB team for this season to maybe make the playoffs and maybe make a run. I got a couple. Runner goes to third. I will get by him. The runner's going to stay. Probably had a chance. Ball 4 nonetheless. As, oh boy, here we go. Bases loaded.
Bases are packed.
Only 1 out.
Second baseman, number 3, Wyatt Huffman.
Need a double play. Double play would end the game. That will bring up Wyatt Huffman, 9-hole hitter.
Big moment here.
He is 1 for 2. Only his 4th at bat somehow. I guess 9-hole hitter. Swing and a miss. First pitch. Can we get it started? So, what do we got? What do we like here? Who's a sleeper team?
I kind of think the Texas Rangers. They have a really good rotation.
Very strong pitching. Is this one lined? Second baseman makes the play. Flip over, not clean. Not handled cleanly. A run will come home. They say the runner at second is safe as well.
Oh, everybody's safe all around.
An E in the book. It's go time here. 21-11.
Third baseman, number 12, Manuel
The 10-run
Higgins.
rule up to this batter with only 1 out. This is probably a bigger moment than the earlier one in game 1.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
That
11-21. Yeah.
Ball 1. I feel like it's at that time of the night where we can just openly call when these calls are wrong. That was a strike.
All right, well, I got you here.
That's a strike. You know what? Just put me down there, honestly. I'll call balls with strikes. Yeah, it's
11-20.
bases loaded. Here is Emmanuel Nunez. Leadoff hitter downstairs. Rangers are a good call. I like their pitching alone will give them 70 wins.
Exactly.
But I don't know if I have enough faith in the offense. They don't have enough.
But I kind of
safe Checo. I don't think they have enough different archetype of hitters.
I kind of really feel like the Rangers have good enough pitching though to at least make the playoffs. That's kind of like.
See, that's also true. But then you think they got to beat the Mariners or Astros in their division probably to get over that hump.
Well, I don't think they're going to take the AL West.
Yeah, but they could kind of sneak in. This one lined over to first, not handled cleanly.
Oh, I think
throw over to first is in time, but we will play the 7th inning.
Yes, we will. It is now 21-12.
Metro.
This has been a really long inning.
This has been a really long game.
I think this is the longest
designated
inning of my
life. Elias Gonzalez.
Because 7 runs were scored at the top of the inning, and now it's been 3 runs. But the 3 runs have taken their time.
They have a lot of walks. Here is Elias Gonzalez.
I'm out of snacks too. I did not bring enough snacks to last.
Got some noodles, but that was 4 hours ago in between games.
Yeah.
I think a sleeper team. I'm gonna go the Royals probably.
Yeah.
Really good WBC from them.
I still forget that the Royals
exist.
No. That they're kind of a sleeper team this year. Because last year they weren't a sleeper team.
And they disappointed.
But then they kind of sucked. And so I
did not chase a good playoff.
I don't know how much of a sleeper team they are. But I guess I would consider them a sleeper team only because they're probably the 3rd favorites to win the AL Central after the Tigers and Guardians.
No.
Also, by the way, that's another walk.
No,
There's a brand new runner on first.
Shortstop number 23, Christopher Weens.
Christopher Weens.
What was I going to say? One of my favorite things about the WBC is players kind of playing for countries that, you wouldn't necessarily peg that person to do it.
Just go ahead and say Austin Wells.
Austin Wells is one of them, but my favorite is Kansas City Royals pitcher Seth Lugo.
Oh, that's not who I thought you were going to say.
That dude he shops at Costco. All right.
Gotta love Costco.
You know he can't eat salsa. He's a big sandals guy. And he's out here playing for Team Puerto Rico. And he kind of tore it up, man.
You know who I thought you were going to say? Stuart Fairchild.
That's another good one.
He played.
Doesn't quite fit in on. It's Chinese Taipei, right?
Yeah. I did not know that Stuart Fairchild had a parent from Taiwan.
What was your favorite group to watch? How about that? From this last one.
It went away.
Probably.
The Japan
was
group was fun.
Group B with the U.S., Mexico, Italy, just because there was so much uncertainty there.
That was B. Yep.
But then also,
Puerto Rico stage was great.
I was gonna say because within the same group there was the Dominican Republic and the team that ended up winning it, Venezuela.
Yep. And
Both in one
no
group.
Other team in that group really had a chance. This one is lined over to shortstop. Finn Simones gets a play over to first in time. What a play. It comes 1 out too late. However, we move into the 7th. 9-run ball game. Buffs looking to close this one out. You're watching Skull Buffs Sports. Stay with us. Ready, number 7.
The big catch! The most athleticism ever exhibited in Colorado club.